Nice to meet you guys. Oh, and we're live. Hey everyone, I'm Todd from BeerAdvocate, and we are here at Lagerfest Session 2, broadcasting live from BeerThugLife headquarters in El Segundo. And just wanted to thank everyone who did join us for the Discord. I think we got a couple hundred in there now, already chatting away. And big thanks to Britt behind the scenes with Catherine, and special thanks to our partner Halftime for ensuring all those delicious boxes of lagers got to your doorsteps. So yeah, it sounded like everyone's kind of feeling like I am right now. Last night was good. We were like, it's lagers, right? Gonna be easy drinking, no problem. You have to have 6 of them, plus the 3 beers we had before, and the how many beers did we have after? I don't know. 6 beers after. Yeah, that kind of, it adds up. Anyways, I'm by myself right now, but I'm proud to introduce our first guest of the night, my co-host Edgar from BeerThugLife, and we got Steven over here from Indy, and we're going to drink your beer.
All right, what's up, guys? Come on, get your butt over here. Oops, there we go.
I'm looking forward to this one because I've had the base beer, which you guys have done together. This is like a true, it's both of your beers, right?
Correct.
It's beyond just the collaboration. It's something you do all the time, right? This beer?
Yeah, this is my first collaboration that I've done with a brewery that is available, that they brew it all the time. It became kind of like a flagship beer.
Right, so it's a Mexican lager.
It's a Mexican lager.
Yep.
Yeah.
So more of a, how would you, style-wise, close to?
I would say it's on the newer school side of Mexican lager. A little bit more.
Because a lot of people think Mexican lager, they think more like
Modelo, Vienna.
We do have a touch of Vienna in it, but it's not Vienna for as far as the color-wise.
Gotcha.
On this one particularly, though, there is a difference that we normally do, which is the addition of the blue maize.
Right. So this is a one-off thing. You did it for this event.
Yeah, if I'm gonna get invited to any event, your event, I want to make sure that we, kind of. So the can basically is the same thing.
Yeah.
We just this one.
Change the color.
Change the color, the background.
Great.
Yeah.
I dig it. Yeah.
So why'd you select? I know we talked about this, but tell everyone else, why did you select the organic blue maize?
Somewhere a while back, I had tried a beer that had organic blue maize. You guys call it maize, but I call it maize because that's how we say it in Mexico. Well, I'm not from Mexico, but I am a Mexican American. And I also speak Spanish, so yeah. We called it. They call it maize. It just that maize is it's a little bit more nuttier, gives it a lot more robust flavor. So I wanted to there we go. Wanted to see. Basically, we just went for it to see how it came out. Maybe it was an experiment, right?
Yeah, we did everything the same except for that variation with the corn. So I'm always up for having a control and then having a variable and testing and stuff. Yep. You get to really learn how things get implemented when you only change one thing. So big fan of just experimenting in beer in general. So.
And this is it though, right? There's no more. You don't even have any more of this beer.
Well, we just made enough for the festival for you guys, and we had some leftover, maybe 40, 50 cases.
Yeah.
And it went real quick. Yeah.
Let's give it a little taste.
Well,
it's my first taste.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Cheers.
So it does add an extra bit of, the quality to the malt builds. It adds an extra nuttiness and extra something there. Yeah.
Someone was telling me that
I like it a lot.
That there was it tasted like some of that, what do you call it? The maguey, from the tequila. What is it called? Yeah. From the I don't kind of taste it, but someone was saying that when they commented, but I'm impressed with this beer, and like I said, it was we didn't do no pilot batch or nothing. We just went for it, And
now that you said that, you kind of it's stuck in my head.
Maybe
It could be like there is a little bit of an edge.
Like the agave, like kind of like
agave. A
agave.
little bit of an agave thing going on there.
Yeah.
That's nice, but yeah, definitely the nuttiness. You could taste. You could actually taste the. You could taste the corn.
It almost tastes like it would have more Vienna than it does. Like it would appear like it would be like the Vienna, but it's lighter looking. Yeah. Actually, the color. It's a funny story.
Oh yeah, the color.
So using this in the mash, looking through that sight glass, I'm like, "Hey, Edgar, get over here." It was straight purple,
like light purple, like almost pink, bro.
Like flat out, like one of the colors right here.
Yep.
Yeah, like that. I was like, dude, is that the color of the fucking lager? Like, no, it's gonna tear out, and
Yeah, we were for the longest time. It was holding pink.
That would have been awesome.
Even in the fermenter,
the
fermenter, as it was turbid and it was going off, it was still pink. And then as the yeast flocked out,
I was going to ask you to explain that. So what would cause that color to drop out?
I think it's just separation, proteins. It was probably glommed onto the proteins, and when that settled out, it just clears up. In comparison to the original one that's without with the blue corn, it is a little bit bigger RSM or SRM, so it's a slightly darker than the original version, but they're pretty neck and neck.
Do you have any challenges brewing this using the?
Well, the challenge was to get the blue corn because we wanted it from Mexico.
Yeah. It's like a 2-month wait.
So we had to wait like 2 months. Yeah, man. So we were like
the COVID restrictions and transportation through in general like that, and then they had to do it especially. They don't really get a lot of usage for it. I guess a lot of people don't buy it or
they use it for like to make tortillas, tamales, you know, the blue corn.
Yep.
But they don't have it for beer. So
just for like, we wanted 4 bags of it, 4 50-pound bags of it.
So 200 pounds.
Usually I think production company probably gets like pallets of it, and so just to do like a little order like that, it was a big deal.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Was it pricey or?
We paid. It's very, very expensive, man. But fuck it, man. We're gonna do it anyway. This shit, as long as we don't lose no money and shit.
I think it's worth the effort.
It's always worth it when you're experimenting and it comes out good. So
plus, with indie, man, like you said, they're my family, man.
Yeah.
They gracefully allow me to like.
That's where we brewed our class.
Exactly. So I brew a lot of beers over there with them, and I know all of them. And they're all the homies. But the thing is that we couldn't add. I had to. So when we submitted the label to the TTF, the cola.
Yep.
So we had to remove organic because you had to pay like $10,000 to have like a USDA organic, whatever the fuck, certified.
Gotcha.
So since it's not certified, we had to kind of like make some changes on the label.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But man, this is good. We learned from this. Maybe next time.
Is this something would you do it again? Or another variation? Like
I would like to blend. I would like to use both. See, kick back on a little bit on the blue and do a blend. Maybe.
Would you look at using other corn varieties?
They have so many different corn varieties.
Yeah.
They have pink one. They have I think a red one. And these are all like natural. They grow like that in Mexico. They're different types of corn.
Heirloom,
exactly. Yeah. And you know what? Now that you're talking about, when I heard about that guy, now when you let it sit a little bit longer, you do taste a little bit of maybe a little bit of agave. I don't know.
There's just like something going on. It develops like more after flavors. Like I think this would go good with micheladas too.
There's a unique sweetness on it that you just don't pick up normally.
On any Mexican lager, right? I just wish there was a little bit more head retention. But so we're learning.
That's always a problem with Mexican lagers, I found.
What could you do? What do you think you could do to do better?
Some people use like 6-row and stuff. We used AMLO 300, so enzymes and stuff to finish out more sugars. And you could use flake barley.
Okay, and you said specifically you've always found head retention to be an issue with Mexican lagers.
For some reason, I think that's because of all of the adjunct.
The adjunct, because of the adjuncts of the grain of the corn.
It's taking away the potential
when you're doing the mashing. Yes. But I mean, other than that, I don't have no other
No, I mean,
nothing negative.
Still hanging around.
Still hanging around.
Obviously, it's not going to last long enough to even worry about if it's
gone in it. But like some of those beers that we had yesterday, they were like the head retention was just on spot.
Was it darker? The darker. I wasn't around yesterday for that. I was busy. Was it the darker lagers you had going?
No, I mean the lagers yesterday ranged from like pale all the way to like smoke beer.
Okay.
Like dark smoke beer. Yeah, it was awesome.
He's like
the range today is just as incredible. So
and you know what? And you could drink this beer all day, man.
I could, yeah, for sure.
It's only 5.2%, man. And the best part is the art, man. I love.
The art on this is great. I love that you kept at it sort of original art, but tweaked it.
Yeah, I mean, just changed the background color, and added the little blue corn, stuff like that on there.
Well, I know people. I was checking the forums earlier, and I know that people are asking some questions. So,
all right.
Do you want to like take your own questions, read and take your own questions?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it up. Britt says, "This beer is fucking delicious." I agree.
Thank you, Britt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I swore.
Cheers, Britt.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna load a question here. Anyways, what else do you want to talk about this beer while we wait? Here we go. I think there's one coming.
Okay, Catherine, question. This beer label brought a smile to my face and pride in my heart. Can you talk a little bit about the story behind the name? So when I remember when they approached me to do the beer, they wanted to do a Mexican lager, and they, we're homies, and I'm Mexican, So James was the brewer back in the day, remember?
At the time,
And he was thinking about a name, and he wanted to call it this weird ass name. Like, no, dog, let's just call it what it is, dog. Let's call it Para Mi Gente, like for my people, and that's why the video. I don't know if you guys saw the video.
The video's great. You got to check out the video if you haven't.
Coming from I'm a son of I'm a first generation Mexican American. My parents are from Mexico. They came here, immigrants, and worked very hard, to make it in this country, man.
Mm-hmm.
My dad he is a great father. My mother is as well. They work hard, man, and they taught us a lot of, about respect and everything. And I see, that's why I put on that Mexican hat and working in the fields and everything. And to me, that's like just pride, man, culture, man.
I love when you open the door, Maria greets you. She gives you a beer. You get a little.
But that really doesn't happen, bro. Like she doesn't give me a beer. She's like, oh, what's up? Whatever. Where my food at? Like she gets all crazy and shit. She's Americanized, bro.
You should just like kept that sort of myth with the video.
Nah, fuck that. That's bullshit. That's not a myth.
It only happens when you drink the beer.
Yeah, exactly.
That beer.
No,
I love that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm gonna put when the art of the can. I saw that. I was like, man, got to put the Mexican flag.
Yep.
And obviously, we put some. Initially, we were gonna put hops, like, because the eagle is supposed to be like having a snake, I guess. Yeah. But we ended up putting like beer can on there.
Yep.
So it won't be exactly like the Mexican flag, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna take another one.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll take another one. You can just. There we go. Nice. Oh, we got that one.
Yeah, we already got that one. Yeah. What else? One more?
I did have technical
difficulties.
Yeah. You just copy and paste it. That's good too.
Yeah. It looks a little dark. Maybe we should turn on the light right now after.
Yeah, we could do it in the break.
Yeah,
we'll do it. It's all good.
So it looks like we're having a lot of good feedback, man.
Yeah, the Discord's on fire.
Thank you guys so much, man.
People posting pictures of their dogs and the beer.
Yeah.
There's a
dog approved.
Oh, look at that cat, little kitten.
Cat approved.
Cat approved. Yeah. There we go. Great beer, Edgar. What beer projects are you working on right now?
Hope you keep collabing with Indy. Of course, we're going to keep collabing with Indy.
That's awesome.
That was funny as fuck, man.
I gotta save that.
Yeah, we gotta save that. Yeah, we have a lot of projects coming up, man. Well, one of the biggest ones that we got coming up, I'm gonna let you guys know today, is we're gonna do Compton's first ever craft beer festival, right, man. Coming in November. We're very excited about that, man, and hopefully you guys can come down and make it, man. We have a lot of collabs as well with our brothers with Indie, and we have another big collab with this huge record label, man, that we can't wait. Because for those that don't know, we also have another brand called BeerThugLife.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, we do
we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Yeah.
When we do a collab with an artist, and we put a QR code, and you could download their album and all that, man. But yeah, we got a lot of great stuff coming up, man. You guys you guys gonna love it, man. Trust me.
Good stuff. Oh yeah. So for those of you who maybe didn't join us for Extreme or IPA, real quick, can you give like the quick few minute overview of BeerThugLife, your origin story, basically? Because I don't think a lot of people on Lagerfest might, they don't know.
I'm Edgar. BeerThugLife. We've been doing this for 3 years now. One day I chugged a beer on Instagram, and a lot of people started taking notice, and I was just a fan of beer, and now we have a brand, bro, and we're brewing beers with everybody. I'm excited, man.
What kind of beers were you chugging?
Very expensive beers like barrel-aged stouts from Topping Goliath, and
stuff most people don't.
Stuff most people were like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" But I don't give a fuck, man, because I just want to be me.
Right. Well, and your story goes deeper than that. I mean,
it goes deeper, but we don't have enough time to talk about it.
You could go over that in a minute. But someone linked off to it on the Discord yesterday. But talk about that a little bit, because I don't think enough people.
I was a member of a gang here in South Central LA, man. I've done some stuff, my past and all that. But one day I grew up and decided to I met craft beer, and I met wonderful people in this industry, man.
I met you because of beer.
Yes.
You're all hard and stuff with you're
I'm
all
still hard, motherfucker.
You're thugged out. You have your glasses on, and you're sitting there. It was at the LA.
Bam! There you go. That's how committed I am to BeerThugLife. Sorry about the stomach. I'm not into exercise.
But I met you at the LA Brewers Fest.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And you know what? Todd, for those who don't know, we are real good friends, man. Yeah. I consider Todd a real good friend of mine, and he's my brother from another mother, and we've been chilling and just kicking it, man, and we just have fun, man.
Yeah, we love doing this. This is great. So
exactly, man, and I love everyone, man. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are, man. If you're black, you're white, you're whoever the fuck you are, man. This brings all of us together. Yeah, that's all I know. Yeah. Right. Cheers to that, guys. Oh, you already picked this shit up?
He's like, that's the second. He had a refill on that, too. He's
like, beer is love, guys. And that's what BeerThugLife is all about, man.
I think we got a little bit more time. You want to take another question or two?
It's time to get that matching tattoo. There you go,
yeah. There you go. What do you think? You get
one more question. Yeah.
Get a BeerAdvocate sort of rocker right here.
Yeah.
Oh, someone said I'm getting a hint of lime in the beer. Is there any lime?
There is none, but I was talking amongst my tasting room staff, and they were like, dude, I would love to drop a lime in this. I think it would go so well, or it tastes kind of like it does have it in there.
It would.
I don't think it needs it, but it seems like it would gel really well with that.
Maybe some finger lime. Remember like the one from yesterday?
Yeah, little actually just put the caviar pieces in it.
Yeah, some of those caviar pieces, man. Yeah, no, it doesn't have no lime whatsoever. But everyone's palate is different.
Yeah.
Some people will taste this, and that, and even though I don't taste it, if you taste some lime, well, then I guess that's good.
The blue corn definitely added more complexity than the regular one we use, and I think that's the result of why everyone's tasting different things.
Yeah,
which I think is cool.
Yeah, I respect everyone's palate. Everyone has a different.
Oh yeah, not everyone's gonna taste the same thing.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't. As long as you don't say it tastes like shit.
Especially now with COVID, everyone's reporting messed up.
Because of their palate all.
Their senses are all out of whack. So you're tasting lime. I could be tasting I don't know, fucking peanut butter or something.
Yeah. Like what the hell, man? I'm tasting something else.
It's really messed up.
It's wild times, with the palates.
Yeah.
And senses.
I hope mine's not messed up.
No. I think your palate is pretty spot on.
I think now it's an interesting time you brought that up. Now, as brewers, you have to keep that stuff in mind, right?
You do, because your palate's everything. If your palate goes, if it's out of whack and you're trying to brew beer, oh, come on.
Yeah, how do you please everybody? Well, best challenge ever, right?
Yeah.
Just I'm gonna take this little quick time just to really, really thank everyone. Everyone has shown us so much love and support, man, and thank you guys from the bottom of our heart, man. We're gonna keep doing this, and we're gonna see where this takes us, man.
That's awesome. You got for this one we had 1,250 people across the U.S. are currently drinking your beer, which is normally
our beer,
which is normally only distributed in a very small area. Here in LA. So
it's beautiful.
I wish we could get this beer available to everyone, man. So if you guys are looking for this beer, if we ever make it again, then you're gonna have to trade for it or something, right?
Yeah.
Or you guys can hit me up. I'll probably hook you up.
Make a deal with our friends at halftime.
Yeah, or maybe, we could probably make a deal at halftime, man. Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Britt's seriously make that happen. We've already talked about it. Yeah. I think it's a good idea.
Britt really loved it, huh? Thank you, Britt.
She did, yeah. We got time for maybe another. Yeah, we got time for another question.
All right, so let's get another question.
No more questions.
No more questions? All right. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
Oh,
hey, look, man, look at all these people drinking our beer, man.
Yeah, you guys are not in the Discord. You should try to join.
Yo, I'd trade for another one of these cans, bad boy.
Nice.
Dude, I love to see that, man.
Yeah.
All those people are drinking our beer, man.
In New Hampshire. That's awesome.
Damn, this guy's a fucking, he be hogging all those beers. Oh, look at all those beers he got right there, man.
That's Dicer's, one of our Fest captains. Shout out to the Fest crew. Yeah, look at this.
That's a lot of beer, bro. I think he got more beers than me because I got a lot of beer, bro.
I love the hungover logo they did your face. That was awesome.
They're putting my face on everything, huh?
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you can make these beers available at halftime. Love to order more.
Hey,
there you go.
We might do it, man.
There you go.
Yeah. Did we do a giveaway already?
Yep. So we have a final giveaway in the Discord right now. If you're on Discord, go to the giveaways channel, and there's two. We're giving away one of these. One of these.
And we're also giving away one of these.
One of these.
So cheer. You can't see it that good right here, but it says cheers, motherfucker, right here, and then it has the logo right here.
So these are the last two. We gave away two this morning. Congrats to those winners, and we got two more going. And I think that that ends at, let's see, how many more hours you got?
So if you want to
it ends at 9:47 p.m.
So if you want to get into the giveaway, you go into.
There you go. Look at that. The numbers are already going up.
Yeah. So click on the Lagerfest in Cyberspace, William Belcher, and the Cheers Motherfucker Pilsner glass, and you.
And also we have some merch as well. If you go to BeerAdvocate.com, go to the gear. And promo code Lager10. We've got very limited. I think we got a handful of t-shirts left, a handful of glasses left.
Those are very nice shirts, man.
Get 10% off with Lager10.
It feels real silky, and I was gonna wear it again because I wore it yesterday.
Well, I woke up and it was still felt good.
I didn't even take it off, bro.
Yeah,
I got so fucked up that
it's a nice shirt.
I didn't even take off my pants.
It's the next level, so it's it's nice.
Good thing my wife took off my shoes, bro, because.
I just slept on the couch.
You slept on the couch?
Well, yeah, I didn't want to wake anyone, so I just went right to the couch. Woke up, it's 6:30.
We had a great time this week.
Yeah, that was good.
It's always a good time with you and everyone here, man.
Yeah,
really good time, man.
And this is only beer number one. We got 5
This is number one,
beers. So 5 more beers on air, and then
whatever we have, we're gonna drink right here tonight.
We got a lot of.
I don't have to work tomorrow. I'm gonna just kick back all day.
Did those guys leave those beer samples here?
Yeah, they left a bunch of stuff, bro.
That was a lot of beer.
Dude, that happens all the time. Like, remember, we went to El Segundo, they gave us another fucking 4-pack.
I think a lot of you guys watching, there's still time. If you want to come to El Segundo, come down here. We'll post in Discord.
Yes, sir.
All right. I guess we're going to take a little break now.
Okay. All right. Let's get this.
Go grab your beer, and we are drinking some Live Oak next.
Woo! Can't wait for that
Bills. Go grab them. We're going to grab ours. We'll see you in a bit. 60 to over
Yeah.
100. Oh,
all right.
Here we go. What's up, fellas?
Well.
Good morning. Okay, maybe not.
Frozen. Okay.
All right. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Dusan, or how do you pronounce your name? Dusan?
Dusan.
Dusan. Oh, okay.
Hey, Chip.
Howdy.
Howdy.
It's been a while. It's good to see you guys. So,
I thought we were supposed to be in front of a green screen, so we can make it look more exciting.
well, this is just a spray painted wall.
Yeah.
So
Graffiti.
Where's the appropriate green screen?
yeah.
Look, put an exciting background behind you.
So I'm very excited.
Oh, just
I'm
kidding.
very excited to try this beer right here.
So I was just telling Edgar and Steven over here from the last spot is that Live Oak has got to be one of my it's one of my favorite breweries in the U.S. hands down. I just I've been going to it since I've been like 3 or 4 times I think, but back when you're at the old location too, and that's when I first met you, Chip. But I'm a huge fan of the beers.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and this is exciting. I'm excited about this one on many levels. But one, the fact that I love it, and I know other people do, but it's got the lowest score of the box tonight on BeerAdvocate. So I want to see people's reactions when they start drinking, because I think it's going to be totally different than what people scored it many years ago, maybe. So let's jump
into this.
Yeah. So pre-war pills. If for those people who haven't seen the video yet, whatever, but tell us what is a pre-war pills?
Like a pre-prohibition pill.
Yep.
But back in 33, I guess, the First World War was kind of more on people's minds than prohibition, and they tended to refer to them as pre-war beers. In fact, we had here in Texas, we weren't allowed to use the term old style pre-war strength beer. And so then we were allowed to do it again, and
Nice.
And so we did.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
So we're all holding our beers
It's
up.
a very nice
very,
and clear,
very
man.
clear.
Very, very clear.
Yeah, that's just on my glass. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
See my
But
face.
it's a beer made the way they did back in the early 1900s. They're mostly German brewers making German lagers, and they made them with American 6-row barley malt. And in order to reduce the protein concentration, they used a little bit of corn, which is, of course, high in starch and low in protein. And that's how we got going on that, or the U.S. did anyway.
Yep.
And it was a very good way for German brewers to make the type of lager beers that they were used to, that they wanted to have. And they came out nice and clear, and it does lighten them up. Every time, if you use corn in a beer, it's going to lighten it up. If you use wheat malt, it's going to firm up the mouthfeel a little bit. And so when you use corn, it does lighten it up. Turns out Americans like that, and you can make a very good light-colored lager using corn. And they did back in the day, but they hopped it up right. And they made it taste like a nice Pilsner did back in Germany as best they could with American 6-row barley malt. So we hopped it up and we made it taste good.
It does taste good.
It definitely does taste good, though.
Yeah, I love this beer. So
why can't we get more of this type of beer, man? Like the pre-war.
well, I think a lot of beer geeks, right? They got this thing with adjuncts in their logs, right? They don't understand there's a you just broke it down. There's a historical reason why.
Can you imagine 20 years ago, some craft brewer going, "Yeah, we use corn in our beer." People wouldn't have stood for it.
Oh my fucking God! Like all those big time craft beer nerds and shit. They're like, "Oh, that's it. I'm unfollowing them now."
Corn, rice.
What
are you doing?
That's sacrilegious.
And Dusan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the brewers are kind of enjoying using corn. We've made a lot of different corn beers since then. And we use grits. We don't use corn flakes. We don't use corn syrup. We use grits, and it's harder to do, but we've got a nice system that it works on, and that makes it sort of fun to do. Mm-hmm. And Dusan, maybe I'm wrong.
We like mashing and all the all the different ways you could use adjuncts when you have equipment capable of doing mashing and making a bunch of different pilsners, lagers that all kind of, you're operating in a very tiny realm of subtleties, but that's what we like, and it's what think we're pretty good at. So we're gonna keep doing it. But yeah, it's fun mashing the grits, doing, you get to do 2 mashes instead of just one. We haven't used rice yet, but rice is a big beer adjunct, and back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, even longer than that, the Germans were using rice, and it was a premium product. They were charging more for beers with a little bit of rice and advertising that it had rice in there. So there's like this, the negative connotation of corn or adjuncts and beer is like kind of recent, because there's long histories of it being a tool for the brewer to use, and doesn't necessarily mean that your beer is going to be minimal flavor. You can still do a lot with the other ingredients too. So it's a tool.
Yeah, I was talking to years ago. I was talking to some of the brewmasters at AB. They're talking about the rice they used in Budweiser, and a lot of people think it's just some cheap ingredient. But like, it's actually one of the more expensive ingredients, because the grade of rice they were using is just pretty expensive when you look at the volumes they're doing. And I thought that was interesting, because a lot of people, they just don't hear that. I wonder why they never really kind of told that story. It's like, it's not a cheap ingredient.
They told the story back a long time ago, and they would brag about it, and maybe they should, but they were also making a different beer back then.
Yeah,
they weren't trying to make the lightest, bare minimum beer that maybe light beers are these days, and we're not trying to advocate that corn is better, rice is better. It's just a different thing, and we like to make it so that it's very tasty and hoppy, and it has some bitterness to it, which is a thing that's not really done these days with the beers mass produced to appeal to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
So for those people who don't know, what other this is one of many lagers you do. You do some ales as well. Where is this beer sit as far as like the volume, and what are maybe your top volume beers right now?
Top volume beer is the Hefeweizen, maybe Pils, Big Bark, Pre-War, Grodziski, probably in that order, and I don't know the exact amounts.
But Pre-War is still up there. It's like maybe a top 5, top 10 beer.
Well, it got a little boost when we, started selling it year round.
Gotcha. All right.
It was seasonal, and now we have it all time.
Yeah, you know, these craft lagers are much more tastier than those like big beers, man. You could really taste the difference, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just taste them side by side.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I'm really glad to see that other breweries are doing stuff with adjuncts. I mean, for how many years, you know, we've been brewing with twigs and berries. Why not a little corn?
Yeah. You can't add vanilla beans and the chocolate and all the other adjuncts, whatever, you know. What about
You know, it's fun. It tastes good.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Cool.
man.
Yeah, Chip, a couple people are saying they're having a hard time hearing you. So if you get closer to a mic or whatever. But I can hear you fine. Maybe
I can hear you.
Maybe it's just them and they've been pre-gaming a little bit too hard.
I can hear you. Most of the time they don't want to hear me. So
I could listen to you all day.
dude, this is a new thing for me.
He's busting out with his iPod.
There you go.
There you go. Shit, there you go.
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, like fuck this, man. I'm out, man. Let Dusan take care of it.
Yeah.
Whoa. Now you guys are too loud.
We're in your ears.
We're all in your ears.
That's awesome.
All right, there we go.
What other types of beers? This is my first time trying your beers.
Yeah, you're not really familiar with
Yeah, my name is Edgar.
Hey, Edgar.
So how you doing? We have a brand called BeerThugLife. We also brew beers as well. And Todd invited us to. I've been knowing Todd for a while. I wanted to know what other types of beers do you guys produce? Like here in LA, you know, there's a lot of those hazy IPAs and sours with a shitload of fruit. You know, like I'm to be honest with you, I'm getting tired of that shit, man.
We make a hazy beer. It's just Hefeweizen, and
that's your type of hazy, right?
OG hazy.
OG hazy. Yeah. That's the OG hazy right there, right?
Yeah, and it's like the New England style because it's low bitterness.
Low bitterness.
But that beer is like in the video you'll see it's everywhere. Like when you go down to where they are in near Austin, it's everywhere.
Yeah. Because this type of beer, these lager, you can't mess this up at all, man.
No.
So this beer is very, very clean, very good, man, and this is very good, man. So,
thank you. I mean, the Hefeweizen's like, somewhere 60%, but everything else is lagers. I mean, we make like 20 barrels every 2 months of IPA, maybe for the tap room if we can squeeze it through. But
you said 60%
is the Hefeweizen?
Hefeweizen?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Depending on the month ish.
Okay.
But it's like, half and half. But a lot of it's lager. Most of it's the Czech pills, and then all the other lagers are with the German yeast, the German pills in the spring, Big Bark, the amber lager all year round, and then Fest beer in the fall is a big lager.
Doppelbock.
And then and Doppelbock. A lot of little lagers, limited beers that we'll do for the tap room too, because we mostly have kind of a couple main beers. We're not turning out large volumes of new beers very often. Well, most of the new beers are just mostly for people to come visit us and try the different things that we're working on, and they can take it to go. Like we can sell beer. Finally in 2019, we could sell beer to go from our tap room. So that's enabled us to do a lot of these, subtle Pilsner explorations and historical other lager beers. And so there's definitely more on tap if you're coming through town.
Yeah, definitely.
I think
you are coming through town, you have to visit these guys. You guys have a massive outdoor space too. You want to talk about that? It's huge.
Lots of butts can sit outside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think Dusan's being a little modest because one thing that they did during this COVID time, it started off that we were making some special Pilsners to allow some hop producers and brokers and stuff to showcase some new hops or some hops they wanted to talk about. So we made several Pilsners for the CBC that was supposed to be in San Antonio last year. And that got called off due to COVID, but we had such good response with people coming here to buy beer to go that we just kept making Pilsners all year long. And the brew house they were making these phenomenal Pilsners with subtle differences. It's not like brewing an IPA where you slap them in the face with, piles of hops and dry hops and green hop, wet hop, and all that. It's a little bit more difficult. And so I think the people that came around here during COVID and bought beer to go early on and then had beers here in our tap room were well rewarded with the efforts of our brew house. They made some fantastic Pilsners this last year and a half.
Yeah. So we got some questions from our audience, right? We do, from the members.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You start first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just leave that. Oh, this is from Frank. So, yeah, why
Grodziski?
Yeah.
Grodziski?
Yeah, it's a pretty obscure style that's all but extinct. He's right on that. And why?
Why? We have some Polish, not from Poland, but of Polish descent, workers at the brewery. I'm Polish, and
Dusan's name.
And it's a smoked beer, which we had already been doing a little bit of, and we're doing even more now. And it's a low gravity bitter beer, and in Texas through the summer, it's a pretty good fit. There's a big German Czech contingent of smoked meats in Texas. Keeping the style alive. And we already brew, German, Czech, Austrian beers, Central European beers. And, it's the only Polish beer style. So, it's not nipping at the heels of the Hefeweizen, but it's something we can do well and pretty easily. So, keep it alive and let people experience, an earlier beer style that you just, that you can't find it around. And the smoke, bitter, light body combination it's well applied to people that are interested in doing fun flavors with, food restaurants.
Yep.
And even mixing it in with cocktails or, marinating meats, making sauces out of it. It's like you can do tons of stuff with the Grodziski beer. But, it's probably the beer that I drink the most of by volume out of all of them. Yeah.
Probably.
So that factors in, probably chip too. So that probably factors in why we, like to.
There's your
to the why.
Why? Because they drink it all. And his second part of his question was, do you lager it?
Ours is a lager. Yeah, we were using the original Grodziski ale yeast for a while that the Polish homebrewers kept alive, and we weren't brewing it as often as like the fermentation cycle. So it wasn't, the lagers much like we always have the German lager yeast. And when we went over there in 2018 to the Brovar Grodzisk with the brewers over there, we brought our beer, we're trying it. And the main thing about the yeast that you're using is that it's clean and it's all about the malt and the hops. And if you can do it with the lager, yep. So we made it a lager. And
they use two yeast anyway, right?
They were doing like primary fermentation with their clean ale yeast, and then they were doing bottle conditioning with the lager yeast.
Right.
And we were doing before we were doing only lager, we were doing dual fermentation and then blending and conditioning for some natural, what ended up being natural carbonation, just because the lager yeast finished up a little bit what the ale yeast did not, which worked out pretty well. But just lager yeast, I think, is it's as good. It's great. It's preferred.
That ale yeast was very clean, and it really imparted little to no ale character to it. We could have finished it a little faster by using just the ale yeast, but the lager yeast, it just tastes great. And the thing about the Grodziski is that it's a 3% alcohol beer.
Yeah.
But with a 100% wheat malt, you get a really nice, normal mouthfeel. It seems like you're drinking a regular beer, but it's only, 3% alcohol. That's why I drink a lot of it, because I've been drunk before. I'd rather just drink some beer,
Yeah.
Nice.
But not to be drunk, right? But just drinking the beer. Yeah.
That's good to hear.
But people here in Central Texas will argue about how to smoke a brisket or whatever meat with, is you use oak or mesquite or pecan, and people will argue till they're blue in the face about the differences, the subtle differences in the wood that you use. And it's true. Mesquite is much different than pecan. Likewise, using this oak smoked wheat malt rather than beechwood smoked barley malt or beechwood smoked even wheat malt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different smoked character. Yep. And again, we're not trying to beat people about the head and face with all the smoke. It's just got some in it. But basically, it's just a light, refreshing beer.
Mm-hmm.
I want it now.
I know, me too, man. Like all this talk about that beer.
We have to make a trip to.
Come get it.
Yeah,
come and get it. He says, "Come and get it."
Yeah, it's been a while.
We're here and we got it all the time.
Yeah. Well, cool. I think we have time for one more question.
Right, one more question for the forum. Okay, so since moving to Austin last fall, Live Oak has been by far my favorite brewery to visit and enjoy craft beer from. As a brewer of primarily traditional German beers, do you ever feel pressure to brew trendier, more popular styles? What is the style of beer that you want to brew that you haven't had a chance to yet? And cheers, and thanks for all the delicious beers.
Nice.
I can answer the first question if you can answer the second, Dusan. And the answer to the first question is no.
Nice. I like that answer.
Except for that peppermint anchovy beer.
Oh my God, that's such a good beer.
Anchovy beer?
Yeah,
what the hell?
Our smoked peppermint and anchovy double imperial IPA.
Wow.
Extra
I don't know, that doesn't sound like very appetizing.
Oh, yeah.
But never say never, right?
It's a lie. We don't really do that.
We're going to keep making, we're going to keep making Hefe and Pils, and
is there another style?
Those are the beers that we do well. We're going to keep doing them. The other ones, we'll do little ones here and there for the tap room. But they're all going to be like, all within the same realm. We're not.
So no American wild ales, no barrel aged stouts.
So running with that and going back to the second part of that question, is there any within that realm? Are there any styles, historical or whatever, that you're maybe considering or that you would love to do one day? That would be a fit for Live Oak, obviously.
The great period of time within the last couple hundred years where the Slovenians were buying Fuggles from the English and growing them in Slovenia and making Pilsners with Slovenian Fuggles. I'd be curious what that tastes like. Slovenian pills. We got a bunch of Polish hops. We're gonna make some Polish pills.
That sounds good.
But
oh yeah, the Grodziski now. We've finally been able to get Tomiski hops.
Oh.
So we're able to make a even more authentic Grodziski.
That's great. I gotta try that beer.
Chip is one of those guys, man, that he looks like he'll tell you how it is, man.
Oh, Chip's great.
Yeah.
You have,
like
to have
good guy.
you have to have a beer.
Can I get that in writing?
Yeah. Yes, I'll write it. I'll text you.
Someone just said on the what do you call it? What's this called? The
Discord.
The Discord.
Yeah.
Someone called Chip the craft beer grandpa.
What the hell?
Yeah, like what the hell?
Yeah, I don't even have all my kids out of high school. I'm no grandpa.
Wait, no, this is better. Someone just said, no, Chip is straight up gangster, man.
Yeah, he is
This
a straight
guy
up gangster.
This guy
man.
is amazing.
Yeah.
So there it is in writing.
Someone just said that Chip is a straight up gangster.
I'm going to screen grab it, text it to you, and you could just show all your friends.
Yeah.
There you go. You could hang it up in the brew house, whatever. There you go.
Yeah. What else do I get with that?
Some beer from here. I don't know.
Yeah. They'll send you a 4-pack from LA.
We'll send you a 4-pack from LA, but I'm sure you ain't gonna like it. well, maybe we send them some of our lager pilsner. Yeah.
We had some of the Para Mi Gente in the box. We had
So
that
what do you thought?
Did you try it?
Did you guys try it? The Para Mi Gente?
Yeah,
What do you think of it?
it was good. Yeah, the corn that you were using, that's it's not like deep.
Blue corn.
It's blue corn. Yeah. From Mexico. We got it from Mexico. It took us a while to get it, like 2 months. But we just wanted to see we just experimented to see how it came out.
Yeah, keep making those corn lagers.
Yeah. And I know that
send us some more.
Yeah, of course, man. And I know those are like the hardest things to make because like you could make a hazy IPA and whatever type of other beer, but I realize that the lagers, pilsners, they're super hot. You can't hide nothing, man.
No.
If you're gonna fuck it up, you're gonna fuck it up, right?
Oh yeah.
Can we say that on
For everybody to see?
Don't worry about it, brother.
We can swear. There might be
swear.
a couple of people who
We're not at church, okay? We're all adults here, correct?
I thought this was church. Seems like church.
I thought that was church. I love this guy, man. Awesome.
I think we're gonna.
I like his style, man.
Yeah.
Chip.
We gotta wrap it up.
Dusan is cool. So
yeah, Dusan's cool.
Yeah.
So, Chip's great. But thank you guys for joining us, and thank you very much for putting this in the box. So this is great.
Very good treat.
Thanks for including us in your internet fest, and good to see you, Edgar. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dusan.
We're gonna come down.
See you when you're in Texas.
We will be in Texas.
We should do.
Hey, we're right across the freeway from the airport.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Oh yeah. Fucking A, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
All right, you guys have a wonderful day, and cheers.
Have a good
Thank
one.
you.
Good to see you. Thanks
See
a lot.
ya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chip is old school, bro. Big time, bro.
Chip is awesome. I love live.
Yeah. I like that type of, like people like this guy looks like, well, I'm not gonna do no fucking hazy IPA. I'm gonna do this fucking lager, bro.
Every single one of their beers too. It's just amazing.
I'll do it. I mean, with just this pilsner that I have right now, dude, I'm sure they have. If they could brew this type of beer, bro, I'm sure every other beer that they brew is fucking good, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cool. Next up. We've got. I've been looking forward to this
Who's
one.
this next?
Halfway Crooks.
Halfway Crooks.
Yep. German Pilsner. We got a crispy coming.
Okay. A crispy.
So, yep. Get your Radix out. We'll see you in a couple.
Hey. right.
Hey,
Hey, Joran,
you're on mute.
are you on mute? You're on mute. I think maybe you're on mute. Can you hear us? All right.
There you go.
There we go. Hey guys, sorry.
Hey.
Hi, Joran.
He wants to call you Joran.
Joran.
Joran. You gotta roll the R.
Joran.
Yeah.
Joran.
Yeah.
Joran. Okay. Órale, Joran. All right.
So halfway crooks.
Halfway crooks.
I haven't had a single beer from these guys, but look at his hat. He's got lager.
Lager.
They do the lager.
So he's a lager guy.
Yeah. So our friends over at Osner suggested that we reach out to them to get them in the box for this.
Okay.
And I went to the website, and it's just cool. Like, I don't know, it's a weird like mashup of like old arcade stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like your website, it looks like it might have been from like the 80s or something. It's really cool.
All right, let's try this out. Okay, well.
So tell us, we're pouring this. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so this is Radix or German style Pilsner, which really showcases the hop Alström blend. So this is all Weiermann pills, and this is like part of a series that we brew Radiant and Radius as well, which is with Hugh Melon, and Radius is Mandarina, but Radix is Hallertau Blanc from Seitz Farms in Germany, and what we try and do is we always try and source our hops directly from the farm.
Mm-hmm.
So we get them in pelletized over there, try and get them in really fresh. And yeah, I mean, we brew a lot of lager beers, and for you guys, we did Radix because it definitely is one of our favorites.
Well, this is very nice, man. It has a nice, subtle sweetness. It blends well with the hops, man. Very good, clean, very clean, super clean, man.
Yeah,
I'm actually drinking the can that you guys sent us back.
Oh, that's nice. I forget to ask that sometimes.
And it's holding up really well. So
yeah, I was gonna say, so held up very well. So it's like, where is it now? About a month or so out.
Yeah, I think we
a
sent
month
it
or so. Yeah, a little bit over a month.
Yeah.
So it held up well. That's really cool. Went all the way to New York and then came back to you.
Yeah.
What's the name of the beer? Radix?
Radix, yep.
What's the meaning for the name of the beer, Radix?
So Halfway Crooks is like we're
Hold on, before you say anything, there's no halfway crooks, bro. Either you're a crook or you ain't you know what I mean, a full-on crook, or you're not a crook, right?
Yeah, no such thing.
I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
But I was Halfway Crooks is Sean, Tim, and myself, and Sean and Tim are from Atlanta. I'm originally from Belgium, and I grew up on a sheep farm. So my dad had sheep growing up, or we had sheep growing up.
Yeah.
And
their website and their merch and stuff too. Yeah.
So like Halfway Crooks is, Sean is from Atlanta. Grew up loving hip hop. I grew up on a sheep farm, and we tried to is blend it. Yeah, and Halfway Crooks was a really good name for that.
That's cool.
Fucking A, man. I just love them already. They love hip hop, man. Fucking A, man.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Belgium, hip hop,
sheep, half crooks.
We're gonna do a bunch of loggers.
And loggers, bro.
Yeah. So and then Sean he's a former electrical engineer from Georgia Tech, and that's like most of our loggers are like Radix, are like computer terms, programming, and then we have a lot of like saisons, which have a lot of Belgian type connotations. So that's how we go about.
So you're from Belgium. So do you brew as well other Belgium styles of beer, like like Belgium styles?
So, I mean, at Halfway Crooks, we do a little bit of everything. We are mainly known for lagers, but we actually also import hops from Belgium. So we make Belgian pale ales, saisons.
You got saisons. You've done a double bock. You got some IPAs here too.
Yeah.
A good amount of lagers. They do some pale ales, a bunch of pilsners, Czech and German.
Saisons.
Yep. Done
we're a pretty small brewery. We try and sell everything in house. So every week is a new beer.
This is a very good lager, man. I really enjoy this beer, man.
Thank you.
I wanna try to get some more, man. Maybe we could later on, exchange numbers and we could send.
Yes, we'll send you some beer. Yes. For sure.
How long have you been open for?
We've been open for about 2 years. So
they're pretty good. Yeah.
So we've been open more during a pandemic than during normal time.
That's crazy.
BeerThugLife approved, man. This is good shit right here, man. Cheers.
Thank you.
Our Discord seems to love the beer too. Getting a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, it is very good, man. And for them to be like 2 years, how long have you been brewing?
I've been brewing since 2008.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you look pretty young.
Yeah, the beer keeps me young.
Here's a great comment that you're gonna love. This is from the Discord server. This one user said, "We love Halfway Crooks. We basically got the box of beers just so we could try Radix."
Radix, yeah.
They're in New York, so that's really cool.
Yeah, you got a lot of fans, man.
You got a lot of fans.
And a new fan right here too, right?
Me too.
Yeah, right. Let's put our hands up. Yeah.
If we ever do in-person Lager Fest, which I hope to one day,
it definitely will be invited again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. People are saying very light, crispy. Yeah. People love it.
Yeah. And and when I started drinking craft beer, man, I thought like all lagers tasted the same, man. But when you start drinking, after a while, you start noticing like the differences between,
the style, the range of styles. As we just saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And then today too, it's all over the place already.
Yeah. Like the malts, the different malts that they use.
Yeah. Malts, hop, water,
water, all that.
But just how that how important that is when you're doing a lager, because they really, we keep on saying, you just can't mess up.
You can't fuck this up at all.
No.
Just say fuck it up, like I say, man. You don't have to say mess it up, man.
Another person said this almost has like a Belgian pepper? Like pepper note.
I don't taste no pepper at all, bro. Maybe the hops, the little bit of spicy from the hops.
Steven over here says, it could be spiciness from the hops.
So what we try and do with all our beers is we krausen them.
Okay.
So it's always, we try to always use the same beer with the same yeast. So there's always, krausening is about 10% volume of another beer that we add to obtain a natural carburation. And there's always a little bit of another beer in there, basically, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody said the water comes from the fountain of youth. What we already know that water is a very important element in making beer. Tell us about your water profile that you guys use. You guys use tap water that from your city, or do you guys put stuff minerals?
So we're very proud to use City of Atlanta water. Which is very soft. So all we do is we have a carbon filter, and we're very lucky. We have very soft water, so we can like from then on just build it up and make basically any style of beer we want.
Yeah.
So like depending on the style we brew, we like can add different salts to obtain that water profile.
So that means that Atlanta got some good water, bro.
Yep. Yeah.
For a big city? Yeah.
Yeah. You want to take, you got time for some questions from the forum?
Sure, yeah.
Here we go. Hey, here's some more love for you. I was curious, what's different about your regular German lagers, such as Active Low, ADA, and Radix malt hops? Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, my favorite is Active Low.
What is Active? For us that don't know, what's Active Low? What is it?
It's another German style lager. Radix really showcases the Hallertau Blanc. With Active Low, we use more traditional hops. Same with Ada. Most of it is always a different hop blend. We do a lot of like end of boil, whirlpool hopping, and they're just like really clean, very drinkable beers, and that goes with all our beers. Is just like trying to make them very clean, light, drinkable. So yeah.
Spot on. All right. Nice. We got another question. Let's see. All right. So
the ASCII style. So the ASCII art. Yeah, it's all over their website. It's on their merch. It's on this.
What does ASCII mean?
Oh, it's basically just
like a computer.
It's where you can use the character to kind of do different like images one up.
Oh, so you guys are computer nerds?
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, my partner Sean is, and then so like people are asking about the description on the can. So that's all AI. So we have we work with Office of Brothers. They do all the designs of our artwork, and basically it is a computer telling you what you're drinking.
Oh, okay. So basically, all these letters and all okay. Drink fresh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right there. Okay.
With the description, it's always it's never really saying what you're actually drinking.
So computer nerds and fucking beer nerds, huh?
Yeah.
all in the same, huh?
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. Real good beer, man.
Yeah.
Real good beer.
Thank you.
I think we got time for one more.
Yeah, someone asked me a question too. How do we get them in the box? And I think I introed with that, but Osner, which is one of the companies underneath the Next Glass umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
So they recommend. I was reaching out to people at work, like if you have any like lager breweries that you think might be interested. Immediately they were like halfway cooks.
Okay.
So
well,
I went to the website and I saw their style and I was like, this is going to be interesting. Reached out and they're like immediately was like, yes, we'd love to be in the box.
Yeah.
We had to brew an extra big batch for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for coming out, man. And again, this is a good beer. I'm sure you guys are going to be very successful.
Yeah, we got time for more. Yeah, we got time for more questions too. Yeah, no, we got more.
Sorry about that. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, this has been a big theme so far.
Yeah.
Decoction.
You guys do decoction on this beer?
No, so right now we are in a very tiny space. So we have a basically mash and lauter are in the same vessel. We can't heat our mash or mash. So we only do like one step mash, unfortunately, but hopefully soon that can change and then we can do more different mashes for sure.
All right. Nice.
All right. I think we definitely have time for more too.
One more?
Yeah, let's take another one.
Okay, go ahead.
There we go. Oh, what other style lagers do you make? I know I mentioned earlier you do Czech, but what else? Yeah, what else do you do?
Yeah, so we a month or two ago we did our Czech beer days. So we made a bunch of Czech beers. next month we have our Oktoberfest coming up. We've made a Dunkel, we made dark lagers. Our Oktoberfest is coming up. We have a smoked Helles coming up for Oktoberfest, which I really like. We do a lot of different styles.
You doing a lot of what?
A lot of
Different styles, yeah.
Different styles of lager, right?
Lagers,
That's great. Yeah, I got to try more.
Yeah, no,
I haven't been to Atlanta for a very, very, very long time.
All right, so Joran, thank you for.
You just messed it up again.
Did I fuck it up again?
Yeah, you gotta roll it. You gotta roll it.
Joran.
Yes.
Joran.
Right. Well, that's a little bit too much rolling.
I'm sorry to chop up your name, brother.
No worries.
Great beer, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having us.
Fills in the box. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Have a good night. Bye
You
bye.
too, brother. Thank you.
No, Joran.
Joran.
Oh, Joran.
Yeah, Joran.
Oh, I like that. Hey, what's up, Joran?
Yeah.
What's up, my brother?
Change your
Joran.
name.
Edgar. Edgar.
No, that's not how it works.
No, that's not how it works.
No. But that was a great beer.
Yeah, it was a real good beer.
And now we're going a different direction with the next one.
So what's the next one?
So these guys are they're Enegren, which is just north of us, about 45-minute drive.
Here in California?
Yep. Up in
That's the one that when you went over there?
Yeah, exactly. When I went up to get my
I've been wanting to try that.
shots, I went up to Bakersfield, and on my way up and down, I'd stop by. These guys, really.
I mean, you've been talking a lot about them, dog. I want to see. I want to,
So this is basically their black lager.
Yeah, I love dark lager, man.
So Nighthawk, yeah. This is actually what I've had a ton of them. They do a double. I've had the double of this. This is their straight up. So it's 4.8 Nighthawk. We're gonna grab ours
Nighthawk.
now. Yeah.
All right, man. So
it's
we
gonna
got
be good.
We got a quick
Switching
break.
gears.
We're gonna do a quick break, and we'll see you guys with the dark lager.
We'll see you in a couple. Grab your Nighthawks.
And we gotta do a chug.
We've been a father and son family-owned business for nearly 20 years. When guests walk into Halftime Beverage for the first time and see only beer and cider, they're in heaven. We were early adapters in pioneering a place specifically for people who loved craft beer and cider. Shelves lined with 4,000 to 5,000 choices, hundreds of styles, some 800 breweries from 80 countries. Craft enthusiasts appreciate intelligent dialogue with our cicerones. Our passion for the industry is front and centered. We keep abreast of the industry's growth, especially the local breweries in our own neighborhood. Our online website takes orders from over 38 states. We introduce new products to the marketplace with regular tastings, dinners, and festivals. At Halftime Beverage, our entire focus is on beer and cider.
Hey, hey, Chris.
Hey guys, what's up?
So, happy anniversary, right?
Thank you. We got a whole party going on right here. Take you
awesome.
outside.
Wow.
Real quick.
Yeah, take it. Give us a tour. Give us a tour.
Gonna find a nice quiet spot for everyone though. Here's John.
Hey, John.
What's up, John?
Happy anniversary,
Happy
man.
anniversary.
Let's go. Okay, we're gonna go to a quiet spot.
Sounds good.
Here, follow us to the pump
He
house.
got the traditional.
Yeah.
Well, what is it called? The
It's got the leader hose in it.
later hose in it. Yeah.
I can't. It's not an iPad. This is a computer. They don't have. Oh, yeah. Here you go. Follow us.
All right. Oh, they're party mode.
The weight room in the gym or in the brewery. It's weird.
Nice. You guys even lift, bros?
Yeah, it's like noisy everywhere in this place right now. In COVID, I built a gym so that I could lift.
Oh, you guys are lifter bros. I used to lift a lot. Back in the days, man. By the way, my name is Edgar. BeerThugLife.
Boss, dude. Good to meet you. You gotta come by here. You're only right down the street, so.
I know. I heard you guys are like 45 minutes away from LA or something like that.
Yeah, it's about a 45.
Yeah, maybe 45.
Yeah, maybe.
No traffic, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Todd has been talking a lot of good stuff about you guys, and I can't wait.
I sing your praises all the time.
Yeah. So I can't wait to try your beers, man.
Right on. That was it was exciting to get the beer after it went all the way to New York.
I was gonna say New York,
all the way back to us.
What do you think?
Fresh, dude.
Still good.
Still tasted just like right off the tap. So really good. You guys are getting some good stuff.
So this is a black lager, right?
Yep.
German style.
Yep, it's German style black lager. So the origin of this beer for us is we first brewed it back in the old little 3-barrel brew system back when we were running our day jobs and we're coming back and brewing all night. And this one we are making overnight. So we decided, let's call it Nighthawk. We call it Nighthawking, which meant like you brewed all night long. That was our little like slang term for what we did that. So we figured, hey, it's probably a good name for this beer. It's a nice dark beer, but turned out to be one of our lasting, just I guess, taproom beers because it's always the good anchor on that lineup. Most of our beers are like German style pills or super light bodied, but this is a nice like crushable beer that is darker. It's got some of those nice like coffee notes to it, but it's great for hot weather. And it's funny, it's like we'll talk about like, people come to the bar sometimes and say, well, it's too dark for me. It's too hot out. And I'm like, well, you just had iced coffee. Why does that work?
People don't know. People
That's the thing
understand.
that I would always like, somebody walks into the tap room and you ask like, well, what do you like? And they're like, well, I don't really like beer. Okay, well, what else do you like? You like coffee? All right, cool. So I give them a taste of this and they're like, oh man, that's similar. It's got the same kind of flavors as somebody that likes coffee would have. And they love that beer,
They just so happen to be dark. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's still like, and I also like push that as a great summer beer for somebody who likes dark beer. It's so light that you can sit on, like, I think Tommy, our lead brewer, lives on the beach in Ventura. And he'll take that out there and just like sit on the beach middle of summer and just crush a 6-pack. Yep. It's like, yeah, exactly.
It's very crushable, yeah. And the malt, I mean, it's roasty. It got all the right fucking notes for this particular kind of beer. But you know what? I think we're gonna do a chug, man. Right?
We can't chug this.
Come on, brother. These guys, I know these guys are down to do a chug, man.
We only have so much.
I gotta go grab some cans.
And we still have 20
minutes.
We got
big dude, man. I know you
Oktoberfest right now. We just released Oktoberfest at our Zen Fest party right now. We were like trying to scramble to figure out how to get on this thing.
There's a lot going on today. We got like our screaming kids out there running around, and we're like, all right, see you later. I'm gonna go online and do a beer fest.
Ready to check these for sure.
Oh, do you still have the is the Batmobile still there? Because my daughter keeps on talking about it.
The Batmobile is still there, and my son only wears Batman clothes. So
I called him as Batman last night to tell him to go.
I texted John.
He told me, Charlie. I'm telling you, this guy's been talking a lot about you guys, and I just couldn't wait to try this beer.
I just love I love you guys. I love your beers.
Yeah.
Every beer I've had from you has been.
And Todd is this guy knows about beer too, so I'm sure I knew it was gonna be good, man. I love the classic German style label,
Don't you have Don't you have a stronger version of this? I'm pretty sure.
We did do a Doppelhock.
Yep.
So it was a Doppel Schwarzbier, and that was like 8%, 8.5%.
Yeah, that was a one-off. We're gonna bring that one back.
Oh, that's
so,
not,
yeah, you do that. So I got to try that.
Like, that was another.
That was great. So,
but that is, dude, that thing crushes, and it's 8%, and you're like, I'll go home and have one, and be like, oh, that's very nice, and then I'll have two, and they're like, oh, that's very nice, and then I stand up, and then I'm like, what the hell is going on?
That's very nice.
So what other styles of beers do you guys make? It just make lagers?
We pretty much make, mostly lager. We got, so for our ales, we have 12 beers on the board usually. So we got Schönertag, Hefeweizen, and Valkyrie alt beer.
Those are two ales that are like the only ones that are on the board.
And the hoppiest thing we've got is a hoppy Pilsner. We got Helles. We got a rotating Pilsner we do, just a random hop every single time. But it's always like German style hoppings, not like crazy whirlpool additions and a ton of aroma. It's like nice and restrained and balanced. But we got like, 3 of those on the board right now. For a little while, we had like 6 Pilsners on, which is awesome.
You would love the lightest one.
These guys aren't cheap. And what I mean by cheap is that they're in California, bro. And in California, you got all these hipsters drinking all these fucking hazy double IPAs and all that shit. Because that's what the market is.
So the history of our place is we've always liked the German style stuff. And we're always really passionate about it. But, starting off, we had some like IPAs and some stuff out there too. And it came down to the point where we started distributing. And now you can't just talk to people in your tap room only. You have to deal with people outside of your tap room. Don't know who you are. And our distributors just said, you know what you guys need to do? You need to stop. He said, literally, you need to knock it off with a German style beer. And you need to start making double fruit IPAs. And I was like, you need to get the hell out of here before I fuck right now. And from then on, I was like, John, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. We're making all German style stuff that we like. And I thought for a second, like we just end up tank brewery, but ended up working
at that point. Like we were literally like, if that's what happens, that's what happens. But we had a good following of people that loved what we did, and we knew that the beers that we're brewing have been around for centuries, and that's not going to go away, where you might see trends of things that are coming by and the hazies and the seltzers and things like that. Are they going to be around for 100 years? Probably not.
No. Let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
Hopefully. A beautiful black lager, a beautiful Helles lager, a Märzen lager, all of these things.
Oktoberfest, all these,
100 years later, because they've been here for hundreds of years. So that's what we do, and then now our distributor who told us to do all the fruit IPAs are like,
who's your distributor? I don't know.
Keep making what you're making. It's freaking amazing. Like,
that's awesome.
So the downside of that is we're gonna buy like 10 times as many tanks as everyone else to make half the beer, but we're conditioned to that thinking, so we just keep buying more tanks, and it works out pretty well.
Obviously there's still a big market.
Everything on the board is what we want to drink, and that's it.
Obviously there's still a big market for these types of beers, and
if there's not, I'll get a new job.
That's right, man. I love that shit, man. This is real good beer.
No, I tell you, we're gonna take a drive up.
Yeah,
we should. We're gonna
take a drive and hang out with you guys. We're gonna chug a beer and we're gonna do some fucking push-ups, bro.
They got hotels at Moore Park. We got hotels up there, but we'll just crash.
Yeah, we got a hotel in Moore Park. Yeah, you guys just crashed the brewery.
I know we got grain bags.
Oh, we'll crash in the weight room. We'll just live until we pass out. There we go. Yeah. I like it.
All right. So we have a question from the audience.
We should take a question, but I want to after this.
Okay, we'll do it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So in your video, you talked about the importance of brew house design. What differentiates a lager brew house design compared to those mostly brewing ales?
That's a great question.
Great question, man.
All right, very good question. Okay, so if you look at like the history, go back to the history of all these styles. You look at like a lot of British history. You got complex malting, a lot of caramel malts coming out of there, and the recipes can be really complex. Make a nice big stout or a brown ale. But now you look at the German ways, they've kind of figured out to do things. And the Germans, it's been mostly like Pilsner malt, a noble type hop. And the question was, how do I get as much flavor out of these two ingredients as possible? So the Germans started getting more into brew house design, whereas like the English would get more into like complex malts and different types of flavors like that. But with us, like we figured, for picking something like Helles, where you've got just Hallertauer hops and Pilsner malt, you look at that and you're just thinking, how can I get everything out of this style to make it very, very light, flavorful as I can get, and make it so I can drink it all day long without thinking like, it's okay, it's a little sweet for me. When you come down to it, you look at like little tiny things like decoction mashing, the spunding, which will give you a lot of different like characteristics. The filtration is probably one of the most important things for lager. People always say it takes out flavor, but yes, it does. It takes out yeast flavor that is not supposed to be inside of a lager beer. So I'm an engineer, mechanical engineer. So I guess my brewing career has always kind of like been around types of machinery and the brew house design. And I always loved the German style beers. So it's kind of a natural like way to get into German style brewing, because at the end of the day, I could buy more toys and I could design more stuff, and all the stuff we have here, I designed from scratch. So it was just like, oh, cool, let's just build this now. I can build this.
Shit, you're an enginer. Shit, of course you're going to design that stuff, right?
He built this brewery to make lagers. Like there is decoction mashing and step mashing and all these different things that get certain flavors out of those two ingredients that you're putting into there. That's what really like gets lagers to be the flavor and everything that you want in there. There's so much more that goes into there than just like those ingredients. All about water temperatures and timing and those different things that your brew house, if you do it correctly, can put it into there. And no offense to all the different breweries that are out there that are doing IPAs mostly, and they go out there and they shoot for a lager, but they don't have the actual
the equipment
that we do. You can make a lager. You could anybody can make a lager by using that yeast, putting it at the right temperature and doing it. It's going to be a lager, but to make a beautiful lager like what we do and a lot of the other breweries that are in this, it has to do with the equipment that you're using.
Yeah, now like you can use a regular single infusion mash system. You can do a great lager. It tastes wonderful. But there are little things that I think are like the 1% like bump up or the 2% bump up you get for doing little tiny things. At that point, you gotta really like kind of quantify, like, do you really want to spend $50,000 on a new filter just to get that one little tiny bump there when it's like a beer you're gonna do once in a while? And like for a lot of breweries, it's like not really something you'd want to do. But for us, it's like, all right, we're gonna do all lagers is our main thing. So I'm down with just chasing that rabbit hole until it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff and it's a huge pain in the ass. But
it's a delicious pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Well, this is normally we chat, we'll ask some more questions, but you guys do have something going on right now, and you're talking about the equipment and all. Would you mind going back out there for a minute?
Oh, yeah.
In front of the whole crowd.
Yeah, giving us like
Good tour.
the very quick tour, man.
Okay, that's not
an opportunity.
They started with that. They're like going around and they got their phone and let's do this.
All right, let's go. Let's go for a walk.
I love it.
A quick tour of the
We're going
brewery.
on a tour. Look at all that.
That's a lot of cans, bro. Yeah, I mean they're in business. Not everybody wants a hazy IPA though.
So they're outdoor. They have like a little.
Okay. Oh, it's pretty packed, bro.
Nice. Look at the crowd.
Hey, cheers, guys. Salud. Prost. You got a stage, a rock band?
The band's on a break right now.
We go to the left here. There's
going to the brew house.
There we go.
Okay, the tap room. Okay, the brew house. All right. Nice. What is that? A 15-barrel system?
Yes.
30? No, that's a 15. I think it's a 15. I don't know. Shit.
This is our mash tun here. Heated mash tun, the mixer blade. Got a lauter tun right here. The plates are out of it. They're down for cleaning.
You guys have got a 15-barrel system?
Kettle right there. And all of our beer goes to either cellar 1 right here, or up and over 2 more buildings over into our cellar number 2.
Show the band and the people partying here. Here, you want to do it?
I got it.
See, I'm master of festivities. Chris just likes to party with all of his equipment, but I like to party with the people.
Chris. So Chris and then the other guy? John. Okay,
Yeah.
John.
Nice.
Oh, look, everybody's dressed
Got a lot of
up.
people
Yeah,
out here
man.
for this. This is great.
Oh, that's good, man.
You got time? We could just hop in a car and drive
And
up.
take off and over there. Yeah.
Sorry, guys, we're gonna take off.
Yeah,
we're
like
going to Enegren.
We'll just record everything on the way
We're
over
on
there.
a
Right?
national alert.
Oh,
Bring it up.
Cheers! Oh. Cheers, motherfucker! That's right. That guy look like he can.
That's a party.
Yeah, man. I want to party.
We're
Just roll out there, fuck it up.
Someone said I hear.
Oktoberfest is September 26th. It's gonna be insane. Yeah.
We should go with our fucking our German gear and just bounce over, bro.
Hey, say hey, everybody.
Hey, man. Everybody, man. They're just chilling, having a good old time, huh?
This is awesome.
That's awesome, bro. All walks of life, just chilling right there, man.
Nice.
Nice.
Going on.
Yeah.
no,
What a
it's
time
great.
for interviewing them when they're fucking busy as hell, man.
Yeah, this was great.
Kind of quiet, maybe. So
Beautiful, man.
we can hear you guys. Yeah.
It's a nice brewery, and we're gonna visit you guys very soon, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are ready for the? I'm ready for a chug.
Oh,
I'm gonna chug
We
this
got
shit.
a whole tour of everything right now. It's insane.
Well, I mean, it's just like 4 hours.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get them to a place where we can hear them and everything. Shit.
Yeah.
Trying to get somewhere quiet, I guess we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the band was playing.
Yeah, I would love to see Todd, Edgar, and
Oh, I'll sport that shit all day,
There you
dog.
go.
Pimping with my fucking. But instead of wearing traditional shoes, I'll wear motherfucking Cortez, Nike Cortez, and maybe something a little bit more, but still, stick with the classic. But
Here we go. We're just gonna chug.
we're gonna chug our beer, man. We're gonna chug your beer, okay, guys?
Do it.
All right, so
There's the Batmobile.
Here, guys.
Oh, there it is. Yeah,
What is
nice.
that?
The Batmobile.
Oh, the Batmobile.
Nice. That's awesome.
They're pretty big.
Right. Okay. Now I can hear
Yeah.
you.
There you go. All right. So we're gonna do this chug, man. This
Whatever you got, we're just gonna chug.
This is for Enegren Brewing
Yeah.
Company. We're chugging the Nighthawk Black Lager.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for putting this in the box. So we
Thanks
appreciate
for having us.
Hey,
We're
thanks,
so
guys.
flattered you
Crazy
picked
it
us.
happened right now, so it was really cool.
Prost.
it. Roast.
Oh!
Hell yeah. Dude, I want to party with these guys, man.
Let's go.
I want to party with these guys, man, for real.
Yeah.
There you
bring
go.
it up.
Now we have
We're gonna let you get back to your festivities.
We were
You guys go have fun.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys. Have fun, everybody.
Thanks a
Love
lot.
you
Have a
all.
great time. Thank you for having us.
Enjoy your party, man.
Head out to Southern California. Come on out here.
right.
Cheers, brothers.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks,
All
John.
the time.
Thanks, guys.
Someone's saying I'm approaching the zone. I've been in the zone, dog. Right?
Yeah.
This
Been in the zone since I woke up.
since I woke up, dog.
Yep.
They seem like cool fucking.
No,
cats
they're
right
great.
there,
And
man.
yeah.
Like, well, I'll chug a beer with them, dog, and we'll start doing the motherfucking pull-ups
do-
and shit. And
Oh, what do you chug while we're lifting?
dude, I could do that, bro.
You could
Fuck yeah, dog.
do like pitcher pours right into your mouth.
But somebody will have to like pour it for me when I'm doing a
Yeah,
pull-up,
sure.
maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe if I'm like sitting on the fucking bench and about to like do like some, so, yeah, something like that.
That was a really good beer.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Such a
like you were talking
we're
a lot about
switching
them,
things
bro.
up, and we're going to switch it up again.
Okay, so who's next? Schilling.
Schilling, and they're bringing their Landbier Dunkel.
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 Yeah, because remember
We
said
learned
Dunkel?
that. We
Nah,
learned
don't say
that.
Dunkel. Don't say Dunkel no more. Say Dunkel.
Dunkel. So we're gonna
That's
have
all-
another Dunkel. Dunkel.
Dunkel.
From Schilling.
So we'll be right back. Dunkel.
Grab your dunkels.
The Dunkels.
Dunkels.
Yeah, I like that. I like the
I like
way it
that.
sounds.
Dunkel. I'm gonna say that forever.
Like like I used to say Krausen, but it's Kreuzen.
Kreuzen.
Yeah, Kreuzen.
And Dunkel.
Dunkel.
All right, grab your dunkels.
All right, let's fucking do this, man.
Couple minutes. Hey, Ryan.
Ryan.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
How you doing, Ryan?
Doing good. Doing good.
We're just
Thanks for having
cracking open your Dunkel.
Yeah, your Dunkel.
Nice.
The dark. It's a dark one, right?
Yep.
All right. The name of the beer is called the Landbier. Landbier.
Dunkel. Yeah.
Dunkel. Okay.
How are you doing?
Doing great. How are you guys?
We're
awesome.
like almost. We've been partying since yesterday, and we're good. We're alive.
Yeah, we're still going.
Good thing is the lager, man, because I still got fucked up though yesterday though.
Well, that's because we had a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. We were pre-gaming and all that, but all right. So let's try out this
Schilling. I haven't had a Schilling beer.
Schilling.
For a while.
This is my first time. So it's
really? Okay.
A Baltic style dark. Rustic.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You got your glasses on, so that's why.
Yeah. Rustic.
4.2%.
4.2%.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this one?
So this is just a play on Landbier. If you're in the Franconia region in Germany, Landbier is a common thing. A brewery will make a specific type of beer. These are unique to each brewery, and the range is pretty stunning. A lot of them tend to be on the copper side, a little bit amber. Some are very pale. Our interpretation that we have here is fairly dark. We went to the extreme end with this color. We also have another beer called Landbier, which is a pale lager. But this one's a darker one. We wanted to do something with some bold malt flavors, but keep it in a very drinkable, lower ABV category, and give some people some malt character that they might not typically get out of a 4% beer.
Well, I'm definitely getting a lot of nice sweet malts in it, and the nose is great, man. The color, I love the color, man.
Yeah. So speaking of those things that people wouldn't typically get, what do you? Dig into that a little bit more. Like what are we talking about? What do you get from this personally?
This the amount of color, the depth that you're going to get with some of the chocolates, like light roast notes. This one has some people say like walnut or almond. There's like a very light nuttiness in the finish.
Yeah,
that's going to be pretty unique for Landbier in general. This is, like I said, this one is kind of going fairly dark in the spectrum and playing with some of those darker malts, as opposed to like the much paler versions that they're a little more common.
And why are the paler versions more common with the land beers in general?
I think that there's just been some selective drinking that has over obviously in the wider market with lagers in general, paler has become more widely approachable, easier for people to get into, and much of German brewing has had its color start to get paler and paler. I mean, this is, we're going back 150 years here, 100 years at least, where you started to see less and less amber color and a lot of pale malt. The approachability of those pale, crisp, dry lagers. There's less of a wide market that's going to adopt a darker beer, something that's got some roast character, some like sweeter malt character to it. There are certainly a lot of fans of it, which is why we wanted to make one. But if you're a brewery and you only make one beer, which is kind of common with Landbier, you're going to make the beer that is the most widely approachable version. Fortunately for us, we make a lot of different beers, so this one gets to be kind of a playful thing, and it doesn't have to be our biggest seller. But we're happy we get to make something like this and something that's a little bit different.
So you guys make a bunch of different styles of beer, correct? I'm looking
we focus predominantly on European inspired lagers, but we make virtually any kind of beer.
You see here they have everything, alt beers to box.
Yeah.
Farmhouse ales,
saisons.
a few. just a few IPAs.
Yeah,
which is interesting. Just a few, at least on our website. Kolsch, a ton of lagers, some pale ales, which is interesting because most of the pale ales we have listed are Belgian. We have pilsners,
Goza,
some sours, some wheat beers. Yeah,
you
guys are all over the place.
It's a trip, man. How like depending on what region, or I don't know. Like I used to think like depending on what region, that's where people are, the types of beers that they make, like that they're gonna buy the most or whatever. But like it really doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, people still love lagers and pilsners and you know, like these old style beers, man. There's always gonna be people that love this type of beer, man.
Yeah, they do a triple that's got a bunch of ratings too. So.
Yeah. This is very good for a 4.2% beer. That's a lot of flavor. This is nice and clean, man. This is really good.
I like it a lot.
We BeerThugLife and Todd approved.
I just like the sort of grainy profile on it. It's just a lot of interesting notes there. Like again, I think we got this from the other Dunkel we had, but it's a little like I get those like
Dunkel.
I get those like baked, sort of like almost like grape nutty thing going on there. It's like it's delicious. I love it.
Yeah, you know what? Like me, like when I started drinking craft beer, I just thought that I wanted some full flavor IPA. You know, I got into IPA, man. But as you start drinking more and more beer, you start getting a little burnt out on those IPAs, on their super fruited sours, or their, you know, and then you go back to the classic stuff, man, which is these types of beers, man.
Yep,
I love it.
So with lagers, what's your top lagers right now? Your top selling lagers?
Our best seller and the one we make the most is called Alexander. It's a Czech style. It's basically a Czech style pils. Very pale. It's 5.0%. It's got that nice hop character that kind of a little bit balanced with the malt, and then that very dry, crisp finish. That's the beer that you'll see in the market from us the most. It was one of our earliest beers that we put out, and it really struck a chord. We balance how much of that brand we make with trying to continue to innovate and make a wide variety of lagers. In particular, like I said, we make a lot of different things, but drawing inspiration from those European lagers is it's really the core of who we are, and it's the things that we're most excited to bring to craft beer. You know, we like making IPAs, and we do make a fruited goza, and there are a lot of people that enjoy those. But our real passion is to try to share how broad and deep the lager category really is with people. I think a lot of people assume it's just a pale beer with 5% alcohol and has no flavor. And that's, what we love to do is show people how broad this category can be. And, and it's what you guys are doing with this fest.
That's the point. Yep.
That's exactly the point, to showcase all the different styles, this one lager could do, man. I mean, literally.
Yeah, I'd post trying to sell tickets to this, whatever, and you'd always get those comments like, pass, no thanks. I hate Budweiser. It's like, they're not even clicking on the link to see the spectrum of that's showing up in the box.
And it's a big spectrum, big time, man.
Yeah,
I've tried beers I never even tried, like those smoky ones and all that, man. And it's crazy, man. Now I'm gonna be like, I wasn't a super lager fan, man, but I'm learning how to appreciate them a lot.
Yeah, you got the bug. It's
good. I think I got the bug.
And then you'll start seeking out those breweries who specialize in it, and they're it's not many.
Yeah.
It's really, there's only a handful in the U.S. I think that specialize in lagers, and we've got a ton of them. A bunch of them here. So in this box.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start brewing a little bit more. It's because the thing.
Should.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes, like, we want to, first things first, we want to make sure we sell them. Right. And now, how are we going to be in
business, that's a tough sell out here.
Especially here in LA, where there's a bunch of fucking hipsters and all that,
Yeah, they're all drinking the juice.
They're all drinking that juice and everything, man. But this is very good, man. I need to start learning more in making these types of beer.
Yeah. Yeah. So we reached out to you. You do have a wide range of lagers. Why did you decide to drop this one in the box?
This one's kind of a passion project for us. A big part of it is the yeast strain that we use for it. It's TUM 35, which is just technical University of Munich 35. They're the ones who discovered the strain. It hadn't been used in an extremely long time, and we played around with it. Our founding brewer John Lenzini had been invited to brew some test batches at Weinstefan, and he'd used it there and really enjoyed the yeast character. We brought it to the U.S. and banked it. Now we can get a pitch whenever we need to refresh our strain. So this is a very special yeast strain to us. It's something we like to feature, but we also use more than half of the malt in this is from a fairly local maltster down in Massachusetts that gets all of their malt from New England farmers. And that's another big aspect of Landbier is that these ingredients should come from near your brewery and reflect sort of the region that you're in, and something in some way speak to the terroir of where you're brewing. So there's a lot of sourcing and research that goes into these beers. Everything we do with this yeast strain is very is thoughtful and for a purpose.
Someone just said, I'm pretty sure that's what Valley Malt, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I'm from Western Mass originally, so.
Yeah, I went to UMass Amherst, so when we started buying malt from Hadley, I was kind of excited.
Nice. And do you, on that a little bit, how much, so you, obviously for this one, but what else do you source as local as possible? Are there any other beers that you try to use local ingredients with?
We do, yeah. I mean, anything we do down in the wood room, our sour project, any of those fruits are grown locally. We source. We have a handful of beers that we make with honey, and those are there's a local apiarist that we're able to get honey from. They have a few different. They've got a wildflower, and then they have a couple different single source honeys that we can use. There's a beautiful beer de meal that we do once a season, once in the fall, and that's bottle conditioned on honey. That helps actually entrain some of that honey character. It doesn't all ferment out. We're always looking for different kinds of local ingredients to incorporate into the beer, and sometimes it's an adjunct like fruit or coffee beans from a local roaster or something. But trying to get malts and particularly we've got the hop yard in Maine. We're gonna do a wet hop beer, harvesting some Cascade with them here in a few weeks. And anytime we can keep things close to home and reflect our area. We can all buy Nelson Sauvin from the same handful of farmers that are growing it. But I think it's really special to be able to buy something unique from your area and represent what your region is doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only represent, but showcase it.
Showcase it, exactly.
The flavor profiles, aroma, and whatnot. So that's great.
We also got a rep, of course. Yeah. All right, so we got some questions, I think.
Yeah, you ready for some questions from the forum?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All
right. Okay, do you barrel age any of your lagers? If so, what styles and what type of barrels?
Well, we don't barrel age any lagers. We have a foeder that we lager in, and we've done a lot of different styles. Did a Doppelbock. We did that first to kind of christen the foeder. We needed a pretty big beer that was going to stand up to that initial hit. And we've done Schwarzbier, Helles. We've got a German style pills in there now, and those are all gonna in the foeder. Those are all gonna sit for a different amount of time depending on what characters you're trying to get out of the oak and the base beer that went in. Are you really just looking to round out some of the malt characters, or are you complementing some of the fruitier hops with some vanillins or something like that from the oak?
Nice. Yeah, you gotta know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Big time. Huh? All right, we got another question.
Yep, let's pull another one. How does Dunkel differ from the Czech dark lager? That's a good question. And what should I be looking for in a good Dunkel in general?
That's a great question. I should say that this our Landbier Dunkel that we're drinking right now, it is not like a Munich Dunkel. Obviously, as you guys can taste, it is slightly drier. It's not going to have that completely full, rich malt body. It's also a bit lower ABV than you're going to typically get in a Munich Dunkel. But to get back to the Czech dark lager question, if you're in the truly the black lager category with the Czech, you're going to have a very low to moderate amount of sweetness from the malt in the mid palate. That'll still be a fairly dry beer. If you're talking about a half dark, you might get some more of those caramel notes in a Czech dark lager. But when you're in a truly dark category, that's not going to be quite as malty sweet as this is. This still has some malt to it, and doesn't have any real chocolate or roast notes. And the hop character on this beer is very, very low. It's not a big. In some of those Czech dark lagers, you're going to have a fair amount of hop still present.
So they want to showcase more of the malt, right?
Oh yeah.
Real good stuff, man.
That's good.
This guy has a lot of flavor, man. For
that's
4.2, bro.
We're looking at the Discord comments, and a lot of people just commenting how flavorful it is for a 4.2 beer. It really is. It's like, yeah, I love it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We got. I think that's it for the questions.
Yeah, that's it for the questions right now.
Ryan, thank you so much for being part of this festival, man. Real good beer.
This is
I have a question.
We got a question
from.
Come on over. You asked.
Come on over. Come on.
This is Steven from Indy.
We have our partner here, Steven from Indy Brewing.
Brewery out here in LA. So
how's it going? I had a question for you. So we talked a lot about malt, but how much variation in your yeast do you guys deal with, or do you guys typically work with like a constant control with like house yeast and then vary your malt usages, or are you guys mostly just?
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, we talked quite a bit about malt and stuff, but a lot of breweries use like house yeast and stuff, and other breweries use like different yeast all the time. Try to like, do you guys mainly experiment with malt forward, or you guys experiment with yeast as much, or you maintain house yeast and then use malt differences to kind of do different beers? Like, so
we, I would say we are more a yeast driven brewery. Because of the number of lagers that we make, the best way to differentiate those beers really is yeast, and that's true. For ales, that's true for Belgian beers, and it's true for lagers. The differences between strain may be more subtle, but they're definitely still there. We usually have just in lagers, we usually have 3 or 4 yeast strains going at one time. So we make about 4 beers off of this TUM35 strain. Then we have a German strain, we've got a Czech strain. And occasionally we use 3470.
3470.
It's pretty rare, but we have our house strain that we use to make Alexander. That would be our closest to a house strain.
Okay.
And then like I said, we've got the TUM35, got a Czech strain that's proprietary. And we like to try to have 3 or 5 beers at least for each of those styles, because we'll make 4 or 5 pilsners, and some are Czech, some are German, and we want to differentiate those as many ways as possible.
Right.
We like to play with malts. We'll get source Czech malts. We'll use a lot of Weyermann, obviously.
Yeah.
But really, to us, yeast is the driver for all these beers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good to know. Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking. I just want to know, like, you guys, most people, they differentiate, like, okay, are we going to focus on yeast, or are we going to like focus on hops, or there's so much you can do, but money wise and time wise, like, you kind of want to get a control of what you're dealing with in one aspect of the 4 elements.
And I think we owe a lot of debt to our background as a brew pub. That's how Schilling started. And when you're a brew pub, it's so easy to make you make a small batch, and you try yeast, you try a hop, you try a malt, and that's that one. And then you move on and you do the next one. So there has always been a huge amount of experimentation kind of baked into the business. And then a few years ago, when we expanded and started a production facility, we really did not want to lose the creativity and the opportunity to experiment with different things. So we're extremely fortunate to have that background and that bank of information from the experimentation that's already happened. And I think a real challenge for us is trying to continue to push that and not just say like, oh, well, we could sell more of this. Let's just keep making it. I think it's easy to rest on something that you've already made, and it can be difficult, but it's really rewarding to try new things and make stuff. And sometimes it doesn't come out the way you want it to, but when it does, man, it's just so awesome.
Cheers to experimenting.
That's a good question, man.
Yeah,
I like talking to other brewers, and
class is dismissed.
You fucking geek today, bro.
Hey, that's my
Seriously,
geek session right there. I love talking about experimenting in beer and advancing and like making it interesting. So cheers for sharing that.
Yeah, and thank you, Ryan, for joining us and getting.
Thank you so much.
Super technical. That was I know.
We learned so much from all this, man. Seriously.
I know. That was awesome.
That was awesome, big time. We need to keep doing this, man.
I know.
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having us and letting us kind of share this beer with everybody and the questions and everything. It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I wish I had more. I'm already out.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
It was really, really good beer. So thank you very much.
Cheers.
And say hey to everyone at Schilling. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Prost.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was good stuff.
Dude, we're learning so much stuff. I mean, literally, man. Like
even
yesterday. Yeah, bro.
I would say like compared to like the previous.
No, come here, dog. Come here.
The IPA, the IPA fest is cool and all, but I've tasted so many vast different differences in lagers to another lager.
Oh, it's crazy, right?
Yeah. The IPAs, they were kind of generally like in the same wheelhouse.
It's kind of samey, right?
There's subtle differences.
It's crazy how like each fucking lager
the
we try.
lagers, man, they're like worlds different.
Hashtag lager is life.
Galaxies apart. Like they're so.
Dude, I'm gonna give me that tattoo, dog. Like lager is life.
Me first. It's my shit. You step off my shit.
Okay, crispy boy.
You can get crispy boy. I've got lager is life. Right.
Well, let's get it then, dog. I'll get him. Let's get him together, homie.
You get crispy boy rocking down this way. I'll get lager.
I'll get that motherfucker right here, dog. Right at the bottom right here, dog. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Cover it.
All right.
But yeah, this is good shit, man.
Yeah. No, I can't believe it. We're already at
one more.
The last beer of the show. It's not the last beer of the night. But this
not for
one,
us, yeah.
But this one, we're ending kind of big here. So we got the Baltic coming up.
Woo!
Yeah.
Very. I mean, I've learned a lot of stuff right here now, man. For real.
It's not huge, but it's one of the bigger ones of the, out of all the lagers, it's one of the bigger ones. We all been, hovering around the 4, the 5s.
It's crazy how like
almost
every
7.
single beer is just different, bro.
Yep. So here we go. Everyone grab your Dovetail Baltic Porter.
Dovetail Baltic
Porter.
We'll
be back in a moment.
All right.
Here we go.
Cheers, motherfucker.
Thanks again, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Thanks for taking my question.
Of course, right? I mean, you're here.
It's important to talk about like different things. Like,
of course, dog. Like
you would imagine like everyone thinks like the difference between lagers are the malt. It's like no, dude.
But the yeast has a lot to do with it, bro.
And these just they said
He just broke that.
Yeah, he broke it down like I've never heard of that. I was like, that's almost
You
like
learned
being,
something today.
that's almost like being like White Labs and saying, no, we have like the same beer with different 12 different yeasts.
You ever done that? Like where you do the same fucking grain bill for and then you use a different type
not
of yeast?
12, but like 2
or 2. Yeah. And it tastes totally different. The beer,
of course.
the yeast has everything to do
Insanely
with it.
different. Yeah.
Water, yeast, all that.
Yeah.
Man.
So I mean, people think just like one lager yeast is there's another. They're vastly different.
Oh yeah.
Let's get the other beer, dog.
Yeah,
they
let's go get the
okay,
Baltic,
all right.
yeah.
We'll be right back, guys. Jenny.
Hi.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Hagen just ran off screen. He'll be back in a second.
That's all right.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
We're great. We're drinking a lot of beer right now.
Yeah, but I have a big problem.
Uh-oh. What?
This is a porter. This is not a lager. It's not a lager. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. We did get it. We did get a few of those. They're like, and then we had other people break it down like, well, according to this guy, these guy or BJCP or whatever, it depends on what they did. I just thought it was amusing. That's all. So yes,
it's still in the lager category.
Yes, a Baltic porter.
Okay.
Can
Dovetail.
be and is in this case a lager.
Yes, we're here to dispel those myths.
Yes, let's do it. Let's dig right into there.
Oh, here.
Right there. Well, right off.
Yeah,
the
let's
bat.
go right into it. Like why is it called a Baltic porter when it's how can it also be a lager?
Sure. Oh wait, we introduce ourselves, right?
Well, they can see your name, but yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I'm Todd. This is Edgar.
Hi, Hagen Dost, and Jenny. How you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing great. I think everybody's drunk except us now. We're at the end of the.
We're about to do a chug at the end of
Have you guys had any beer today at all?
Oh yeah.
I've had about this.
Oh yeah, you like.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm one of the brewer owners of Dovetail. It's founded by my business partner Bill Westlink and me.
And I'm Jenny, also known as VP. I'm also a brewer here at Dovetail, and I do the creative marketing.
Good Twitter follow, by the way. You should all follow her on Twitter.
I love to see this. I love to see more women brewing beer.
But yeah, just talk about let's
break it down. Let's just break it down. Yeah.
I think what people know as porters are the English style or the American style porters, right? And if you want to go way, way back to like the Industrial Revolution, back in England, that's where the porter gained popularity. So it was a roasty, but not too roasty, restrained roast, dark beer that was very drinkable, which is a hallmark of English beers. And as you know, the Industrial Revolution went on, they started importing these beers. They were making millions and millions and millions of liters of this porter beer, so they had to send it somewhere. So they were going up and down the Baltic coast and introducing people on both sides of the Baltic Sea, from Poland to Sweden and Denmark, to this beer. Very entrepreneurial people started being like, hey, maybe I should build a porter brewery in these port cities on the Baltic Sea. Hence the Baltic Porter was born. They did adapt a little bit to local ingredients. And you found yourself with a very easy drinking, again, like the original porter, but higher in alcohol, very smooth, and kind of focused a little bit more on less of that kind of ester that you got from yeast, and more so on the malt character. So that is essence of I think of lager brewing. It's a showcase of malt.
That was a great break. Thank you.
So obviously, this is a lager. It's fermented with lager yeast.
It's been
Yes. So swear to God, this was fermented with lager yeast, and it was lagered for 3 months.
It's
not lying.
Definitely has a lot of flavor.
I love this. Someone in Discord just said, this our Discord server, people are chatting right now about this. They said, holy crap, rusted iron, copper, figs, prunes, cherries, blackstrap molasses, black bread. This is exactly what I expect from a Dovetail beer.
I love about this particular beer is that kind of, that Madeira quality that you can get, like Madeira being the fortified wine, quality that you can get out of that beer versus like English or American porters. It's a very complex beer. It should be easy drinking. Should hide. For us, this is a higher alcohol beer for what we do at Dovetail.
Right.
You might be like 6.6, whatever. But for us, it's a higher alcohol beer, but still very easy drinking. You can see Baltic porters go all the way up to like 10.5%. They can be big and they can be boozy, but they can be moderate in alcohol too. I think that's another myth. Sorry,
is that a train?
It's like the Blues Brothers. It's like the train is right
Wait
outside
for your whole room to start shaking.
Like you start shaking and shit. Okay, just for a couple seconds.
That's awesome.
Love it.
But I think that's another myth about Baltic porters is that they do have to be these really big and boozy beers. If you do want to go by BJCP guidelines, I believe it's like 6.5 to 9.5%. Like we're right scooting in there. But one of my favorite Baltic porters is Carnegie Stark Porter out of Sweden.
Oh, yeah. That's the classic.
And that's only 7.5%.
Yep.
She knows her stuff, man.
So again, that kind of belies, the whole myth that these beers have to be big. They just need to be drinkable.
Yep.
In my opinion.
We need more Jennies in the beer industry.
And she didn't say this, but this is her beer. So
wow.
All right.
Most of the other beers that we make, Bill and I designed, but JP did her homework and designed this beer, and we're super proud of it and super proud of her. And the beer world needs more JPs.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
And it was like what I like about how we got this is we were gonna get the Helles, right?
Yeah.
A couple of people were like disappointed, but I was like, no, wait. We've got this Baltic porter. And that's where people are like, oh, porter, it's not a lager. It's like, just wait, just hold on.
I used to think a porter wasn't a fucking lager. I thought it was like part of a stout ale, like a stout family.
Well, not all porters are. It's only this one. This is it. This is the only. Yeah, not all porters are.
Of course, I mean, you put lager yeast.
So when you said we're just gonna drop this one in, and by the way, it's tasting great, it was like, this is awesome. So I mean,
definitely is.
Yeah, this is a real treat, actually. So
for the last one too,
And I think another myth that we can dispel with this particular beer is, I think age on this beer is an advantage.
Yes, you said three. Is it like 3 months out now, something like that?
No, we ordered it for 3 months, but also it's been packaged probably now for like 4 months or so.
We brewed it last December 7th.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is great.
When you see it, like you might look at the packaging label and be like, fair enough. I mean, there are that definitely that you should be looking at. That fresh beer.
Yeah.
Beer that you deserve as a consumer.
January?
There
wow.
are that benefit from aging. And I think a controlled aging, oxygen comes into a beer. Like beers like people, we all age. And some of us age more gracefully than others. And I think this is one of those beers. So we use a malt bill that uses Special B, which is a Belgian caramel malt, and it adds these kind of raisin and pruny flavors as it gets older.
Yep.
Versus then when we first canned it. I think we always release a beer when it's ready to drink, but this is one of those beers that I think has gotten better over time.
I think so too, and when we released it, it was super drinkable. But we were like, I think JP and I tasted it, and we were like, yeah, it does. It's funny because it doesn't have as much of that stone fruit that we thought it would have. But then, as time went on, this thing was just gaining flavor and like getting getting better, and we drank the crap out of it, you know, like when we first released it. But still, this is fantastic now.
It is
very. Hey, Jenny, when did you first brew this beer?
We first brewed this
like
beer.
The first time it came out in general, yeah.
I'm sorry.
The first time you kind of came up with this beer and you released it. When was that first?
2019.
Yep.
2019, I think.
So
we've done two batches of this.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like you guys been tasting this beer as it ages. Have you found a sweet spot for it yet, or do you think?
I think the sweet spot
right now. January, bro. We're in fucking August.
And I really there are quite a few Baltic porters that you can find in the U.S. that are imported. Cyberkoff out of Finland is one. That's actually, again, to add to the confusion, they're a top fermented Baltic porter, so it might be more export.
Yeah.
And then you can find Carnegie Star Porter in places as well. And then for me, I was really, I guess, influenced. There's a ton of Polish delis on the west side of Chicago that I would go into and buy Baltic porters. So Żywiec is one that you might see fairly often, and Okochum as well was one that you used to be able to find. I'm not sure if they bring it to the U.S. anymore, but those are two other excellent Baltic porters. One of my favorite U.S.-made Baltic porters is Jack's Abbey, who you guys had on earlier.
Yes.
Which is kind of one of their legendary beers, and they do a lot of variants of it as well. A lot of barrel experimentation, which is really cool. And that's another thing.
Alaskan did one. It was like an annual release. They did it. Maybe I think the last time they did it. I'm not sure it's every year, but a couple years ago they released one too. I got to dig into that one. I want to find out now if that's like a proper. Is it a lager or not? But yeah.
I love these events, man. I mean,
by the way, you have a lot of
brewery that
Jenny, you got a lot of fans.
You have a lot of fans right now, Jenny. Everyone is like,
everyone's loving the beer. They want to hear more. So,
hey guys.
I'm sure Hagen is pretty cool too, but right now it's just focus on Jenny, right? No, she's the best. First woman that came out already in this whole event, right?
Yeah, and I'm excited because a buddy, you probably know, but Frank, he's one of our moderators, but he sent me a package of a bunch of your beers. So I'm sitting on a bunch I have to drink, but they sent me like 12 beers. Yeah, Frank sent me 12 beers, including this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is the perfect beer to end the night. Well, not end the night, but end the show, because we're going to keep still drinking, right?
Yeah, we are. But it was really cool to start off, so light, and then just kind of work our, just like yesterday, our way up.
But I'm still blown away how like the porter lager, like I thought I knew, but she schooled the fuck out of it.
It warps your mind, right?
Yeah.
And like she said, some Baltic porters they're top fermented too, though. So even like that, as soon as you think you got it, you don't, and you lose it, and you're like, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
What are they doing to me?
Excellent beer. Very good beer.
Yeah, this is a great beer.
So we got some questions, right, from the audience?
Oh, I'm sure we got questions. You guys want to take some questions from the forum?
Sure.
All right.
Here we go.
So do more of the flavors in this beer come from the malts or the yeast? What change in the recipe makes it stand out from its English counterparts? Good question.
Absolutely. As we said in the beginning, lagers in general are about showcasing malt. So this is a malt-driven beer compared to its English counterparts, which are yeast-driven. English yeast is very flavorful in its own way, and it's ester-driven. If people don't know what esters are compounds that tend to be fruity, like apple or pear or banana, like what you would find in a Hefeweizen. With lager, you're not going to get that. So we are focusing only on the malt.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Yeah, we'll take another one. Since you you make both lagers and spontaneous fermentations. Which do you find more challenging from a process standpoint?
Should we talk about our dual shift?
Yeah, that's interesting. So we have, we focus on traditional, continental European style traditional methods, and the traditional methods that we use are start in the brew house with decoctions. Like this beer is a double decoction. All of our lagers have at least one decoction. We have a cool ship that all of our beers or all of our worts pass through, whether they are normal beers or spontaneously fermented beers. And we do open fermentation. So this beer is open fermented in primary, and then it's lagered in a horizontal lager tank. But the question is like process-wise, which is more complicated? It's, I think it's a hard question to answer, right? Because they both have their intricacies. So when we do the mash for our spontaneous beers, we do a turbid mash. And like we've got like hoses, kind of running through the brew house into the vessels where they shouldn't be normally, and we disconnect pipes and we pull off brewing liquor and do a hot water infusion step. So that brew day is really complicated and demanding. But then, from then on, we just kind of put our trust in nature, and like we let the wort sit overnight and get inoculated by our local yeasts, and we put it into barrels, and we let it sit. And the complicated part there is kind of keeping track of the different barrels and selecting barrels for blends and like rolling the dice, and like hoping that what we choose in a blend actually turns out not only initially but like over time. But the lagers and all the other beers that we make are just complicated in another way, because we have to be really fastidious and careful with doing everything open fermented and transferring beers at the right time and maintaining sanitation and kind of just the everyday juggling of things. But on the brew house side, I think we've gotten really used to complicated brew days, and we like it that way.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys you just dropped a ton of bombs on us there.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But it sounds like you. What I love about it is, I mean, it's obvious you love it and you love the challenge. You love that work that goes behind either one, and it's obvious they're both complicated, and you're putting as much time into both.
Yeah.
So I love it. That's great. Yeah.
I think we got one more question. Yeah. So there you go.
Oh, can you speak a little more on your decision to age the beer before setting it out? What flavors become more prominent, and how would this differ side by side with one that wasn't aged? There's aging up front, but kind of explain like after that. Yeah.
I can talk a little bit just in general about our beers, but I'll let JP talk about this beer. Mm-hmm. But in general, the higher the original gravity of our beer, the longer we let it age. Mm-hmm. Because the beers, and it also actually that's not completely true though, because our Pilsner is 35 IBU and 4.4% ABV. So it's really about flavor. and the flavor reaching a point of good drinkability.
Yeah, I feel like we would never, from the brewery directly, send out a beer that didn't taste good to us. So first things first. Like.
No, we would rather dump it down the drain.
But for this particular beer, I mean, we did release it when we canned it, and at that time, we didn't have those stone fruit flavors that you might be getting right now, like that cherry, that plum, that raisin. Again, I'm no malt scientist, but I believe that using Special B, which is that Belgian caramel malt, in this recipe, has different flavors come out when it's oxidized. So when oxygen is slowly comes into the beer, you get more depth of flavor from that particular malt. So now you're getting those like cherry, plum, raisin, Madeira flavors that you weren't necessarily getting from the beer before, which I think when we first released the beer, it was roastier and chocolatier. And for me, again, this going from the memories of what I used to pick up from the Polish delis or what I used to pick up from one of our local chain stores, which has all the imports. Again, imports also, look at it. Imports have a shelf life of a year.
Mm-hmm.
A Vice has a year as far as drinkability goes, and they've been doing it for like 1,000 years. So I'm gonna go with those guys as far as like how drinkable their beer is. So if they're putting a year stamp on their beer, they probably know what's up. So for me, those are the flavors that I preferred in a Baltic porter. And I mean, sometimes it just comes down to what the brewer intended. And the brewer, this is what I intended.
Well, thank you for intending.
Very well really intending.
Good. Yeah. And I guess we didn't have time for a question, but then Brittany lied to us, and we do have time for another question. So we're going to answer it right now.
One more question. Okay. Out of the beer recipes you developed, brewed, which are you? Sorry. Out of the this is for Jen. Okay. So out of the beer recipe you developed, brewed, which are you most proud of, JP?
First of all, that's my buddy Tony. Hi, Tony.
What's up, Tony? What's up, Tony?
What up, Tony?
My mom has dialed in. But the Czech Dark Lager. So we also do a Czech Dark Lager seasonally. For me, that's the beer I'm most proud of. I did a lot of research into it. A lot of love went into it. I went to the Czech Republic and had the very arduous task of drinking a lot of Czech Dark Lagers to figure out what I could bring back to the States and make a beer.
She came back from that trip. She was so excited, and that was when like Bill and I were like, you just want to design a beer? Come on, let's do it.
And I think it's a pretty good beer.
Oh, it's awesome.
And I know like when Schilling, Ryan from Schilling had the question of
right.
And a Czech Dark Lager. Yeah, Czech Dark Lager. I mean, you're still going to get a lot of chocolate and bread crust and caramel, but the Czechs love their bitterness and they love their hops and they love their drinkability. So I like to call Czech Dark Lager like Pilsner and an autumn sweater.
Nice.
Well, this is a fabulous event. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, this is great. It's a great beer to end the night with.
For real, man.
Yeah,
I need some more of this beer.
And the show with.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow Dovetail Brewery. Hopefully they follow us back. Yeah, I have to. I have to. Dovetail. Yeah, and I want to follow Jenny because she's badass, bro. Yeah, seriously, man.
I said in the beginning, she's a great Twitter.
Wow. My respects. Great beer, guys. For real, we loved it a lot. Man.
One day I'll show up there in person because I got to get the crayons. I gotta get.
You guys chug? Have you guys chugged the beer before? Or do you guys? Not even this little bit.
Here we go.
What?
Cheers, guys.
As far as I can go.
It's okay.
It's okay. You make wonderful beer.
Yeah.
I'm the disgrace of the University of Wisconsin. Sorry.
Hagen, good stuff. Thank you guys so much, man. This is awesome beer.
Jenny,
Great.
Hagen, thank you very
Jenny,
much.
Hagen, thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing this incredible beer. We appreciate it. Thanks for dropping all the knowledge.
Yes, a lot of knowledge.
There's a lot of knowledge. Yeah. Thank you very much.
We got school today, bro.
We did. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Oh, man.
Fuck,
that was great.
Woo. Wow, I was like,
yeah.
we gotta keep doing this, man.
We got beers from you and Indy, Dovetail, Enegren, Halfway Crooks, Jack's Abbey, Live Oak, Russian River, Schilling, Urban Chestnut, Von Trapp, Wibby, and Wolf's Ridge.
Wow, man.
And there was not a single beer that was even like
these are all world-class beers, bro.
Incredible.
No lie, like
and
literally.
You know why?
Because Todd picked them.
Hashtag lager is life.
Lager is life.
Yeah.
You know, I am becoming a. You're gonna convert me, bro.
I just did.
I think you just did, man. Thank you, man, for this. This was dope as fuck, man. And thank you, everyone that got fucking tickets.
Yep. Thank you to everyone tuning in right now.
Halftime.
Yeah. Thank you for the halftime. Thank you to Catherine in the background. Thank you to everyone else. I mean, just thank you. Thank you to all the brewers.
This was very, very educational.
Yeah.
I think we did all right, right?
I think we did all right. I've been wanting to do this one for a while.
Yeah.
I want to do it in person lager, fest one day.
Yeah, yeah.
This was good.
Yeah. This was amazing for me.
This is our third one.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I mean, they were all great. Extreme was great.
Yeah, no, of course.
IPA was great, but lager.
Lager is life.
It was a great combination of having some incredible world-class beers, but also the knowledge was so different than the first two events. Like, there's just so much more to talk about with lager, so much more to learn.
Dude, it was like I was going to school today, bro. Like literally.
Yep.
Like you
can always learn more. I mean, I learned more on these two nights.
Then of course. And plus we get to kick. The best thing I like about this types of events is you could be in your house kicking it and fucking get fucked
PJs
up
with your cat
and you have to worry about you driving or whatever, or like this is the type of events that I would definitely do more.
Yep.
So hopefully you guys want to keep doing this, man.
I mean, even post pandemic, I don't know. We'll see.
But sometimes it's cool to see people live. But for now, this is great, man. Great.
And a big shout out to the Discord, because I know we got we make you jump through hoops. You gotta you gotta sync your account. You gotta create an account, and then we're like, jump over and create a Discord account. Yeah. But Discord's on fire. These guys tonight.
Yeah, they were. Now I'm sorry for those who couldn't get the Discord that there's a couple, but just try to get it. It's not that difficult. But thank you guys so much for everything, and we're gonna keep
yeah, I mean, there might be some gear still. I got to plug, guys. Right. So Lager 10, go to BeerUp.com.
10% off.
Go to the gear tab in the navigation. Get some merch. There's not much left, right?
There's a little bit left, though.
But also, we're not done. We're gonna crack open some beers. So go to our Discord
and come chill with us.
The stage channel.
Yes,
it's gonna light up. You can't miss it. Join us, and please, God, we don't want to be the only ones talking. Raise your hand.
Yeah, man. Like talk. Like we've been talking for hours, bro.
We want to hear what you thought about both nights. You want to see more of these? Who knows?
Yeah.
Good, bad, whatever. Tell us your favorite beers. I don't care. Just raise your hand.
Yeah, just talk about anything.
Jump on. Edgar and I will be chilling out for
you have like some kind of like issue. We'll be your counselors or whatever.
Need a hug?
You need a hug, a virtual hug.
I'll give you, because I think you want to chat in the fest channel and say I need a hug. We can give you like a virtual hug. We could do the react with the emojis and stuff. We got all that stuff in Discord. We got the gifts. We got the emojis.
Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. Cheers, motherfuckers.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.